Fox Sports.
We are the Fourth. We are the West.
The second stop on your Rangers three-city trip is Denver. Well, they'll resume interleague play against the Colorado Rockies. Nick Martinez returns to the big club from AAA to get the series opening start, hoping to put the Rangers back in the win column. From beautiful Coors Field, Texas Rangers baseball is coming up next on Fox Sports Southwest. Texas Rangers baseball is presented by AT&T UVerse TV. Cloudy skies here in Denver. They promise to clear out a little bit later on. Rangers trying to lighten things up as they start a three-game series with the hometown Colorado Rockies. And welcome in, everyone, along with Mark McLemore, Steve Busby. Glad you could join us on this Monday night of Ranger baseball. The three-city swing continues. This is the middle stop in Denver, and a treat for all of us tonight as Nick Martinez, Mac, makes a start after spending a couple of weeks down at AAA.
Yeah, he does. And really for Nick Martinez, this has been a tale of two halves, even though it was just the first half. His first 10 games, he was just absolutely outstanding. Pitched ahead in the count, pitched very effectively inside, which I really like. And he used his breaking pitches and had just complete command. And over his last 6 starts, starting in June, things kind of just fell apart for Nick. Didn't do very well. You see those first half numbers there, 4-1 with an ERA just above 2. But his last 6 starts, 1-4 with an ERA just under 6. So the Rangers really wanted to give him a little bit of a break. They sent him to the minor leagues, and now he's back. So hopefully we'll see a resurgence from Nick Martinez.
Yeah, he looks rested, refreshed, and ready to go. And hopefully the Rangers are too after getting shut out yesterday by Dallas Keuchel and the Astros. Adrian Beltre and company looking to make a big splash here at Coors Field in Denver. We'll come back with more of our pregame right after this on Fox Sports Southwest. is brought to you by your Texas Ford dealers. Visit your local Texas Ford dealer to kick off the summer right. Ford is the best in Texas. By AT&T UVerse TV. UVerse has more live TV channels on the go than cable. By Budweiser. Make a plan to make it home. And by Southwest Airlines. Book your low fare now at southwest.com. Now we will come back to Coors Field in Denver, Colorado, right after this timeout on Fox Sports Southwest. Three-game series here between your Rangers and the Colorado Rockies. Before we get underway for Game 1, let's head down to the field and check in with John Radigan.
Yeah, Buzz, here you have to take the good with the bad as far as the thin air goes. Yeah, the ball flies farther, but as hockey players and basketball players know, it's harder on your lungs, too. We talked to Prince Fielder about that very subject.
And obviously, if you get a triple or, you might run hard or something, it might be a little... Yeah, I mean, you notice a little bit, but we're not, we're not like hockey or basketball. We're not back and forth or anything, so, you can get your breath back.
And the reality is you can watch the ball fly out like we did during batting practice today. The thin air does make a difference, and, of course, guys like Prince Fielder are hoping to watch that manifest itself here tonight, guys. Let's get it back up to you.
All right, John, thank you. I kind of like to see him running back and forth between first and home and all that stuff tonight. That'd be nice.
I don't know. Yeah, that would be good.
Well, I'll go by way of second and third.
We need some oxygen down there just in case.
Yeah, it can get a little dicey up here at times, but there's enough humidity in the air to cut down on that a little bit. Very dry up here normally. But with the rain in the area and the moisture hanging around Coors Field, at least it's not quite bone dry up here anyway.
No, I like playing up here. You have to deal with obviously all the balls that leave the ballpark, but other than that, it's a nice place to play. The weather's nice most of the time. We've got a lot of rain so far this year, but hopefully tonight won't add to that.
Well, the Rangers certainly hope to change their luck here. They have not had good fortune here at Coors Field against these Rockies lately, so they hope to get that thing squared back around. They've gone just 6-12 against the Rockies since 1999. They've lost 4 straight in this ballpark. Well, Mac's going to tell you about that Southwest Airlines Texas Rangers lineup tonight.
All right, Delano DeShields will be leading off and playing center field. Rougned Odor gets to start at second base, batting second. Prince Fielder playing first base today, hitting third. Adrian Beltre in the cleanup spot playing third base. Josh Hamilton will be in right, batting fifth. Elvis Andrews will bat sixth and play shortstop. Ryan Rule gets to start in left, and he'll bat seventh. Tomas Talise gets to start behind the plate. He'll bat eighth. And Nick Martinez will get a chance to hit tonight, batting ninth.
And that lineup will be charged with facing the 28-year-old left-hander Chris Russin. Russin, very Keuchel-like, and I don't mean as far as results necessarily, but same assortment of pitches, basic fastball, a cutter, and a good changeup. The command is the one thing that separates Chris Russin and most other pitchers from Dallas Keuchel. But he turns the ball over well, and in this ballpark, he has been very good of late. He's gone 2-0 in his last 3 starts here at home. And the Rangers will test that command early in the ballgame tonight to see exactly how good it is for Chris Russin tonight. But again, not an overpowering pitcher. Having said that, we've said that now both yesterday and today. Hopefully, the results for the Rangers will be a little better today than they were against Keuchel yesterday.
Yeah, hopefully they will. They just have to be a little bit patient, make him throw some pitches and get something that they like and whack at it, especially here in the thin air of Colorado.
Well, the Rangers come in. Well, I will tell you about their record in just a second. The Rockies defense tonight behind Chris Russin. Brandon Barnes in left field. Charlie Blackmon in center, and Carlos Gonzalez in right. Ben Paulson at first. DJ LeMahieu at second. Troy Tulowitzki at third. And Nolan Arredondo is down at third. And Nick Hundley is catching tonight for Chris Russin. Now the Rangers come in at 43 and 48. They are now 7.5 games, make that 8 full games behind the Los Angeles Angels. The Angels won the first of 2 against the Red Sox this afternoon over in Anaheim. The Rangers now trailing by 8 full games. They are 27 and 22 on the road. So that road record still indicative of a club that has the ability to play well. And they just need to find a way to keep that going on this road trip and then go back home and set their sights on turning the road record around, or the home record around, I should say. Delino DeShields takes strike one from Chris Russin. DeShields a .270 average, no home runs, and 12 RBI. The next pitch a bit high, 1 ball and 1 strike. Delino, like all but 3 Rangers yesterday, took an offer. Rangers had a grand total of 3 hits. Fielder, Hamilton, and Rosales. All with hits, a couple of them doubles, but Rangers could not put anybody across home plate. 6th time that the club had been shut out in 2015 yesterday, and 5 of those have been on the road. 1 ball and 2 strikes to Delino. And the pitch just a little bit low. Alfonso Marquez, by the way, calling the balls and strikes tonight. Tom Hallion, the crew chief, is down at first, and Dan Bellino at second. Chris Segal is over at third, the umpiring quartet. 2-2 pitch, got him swinging. There's that cutter down and in from Russin. He gets the strikeout. Delino going down to his knees after that swing.
It's a pretty good pitch by Russin, trying to go down and in, and hits his spot. Delino just swung right over the top of it. Not much he could do there.
How many times do you think Ranger hitters saw that yesterday from Keuchel, that exact pitch? That cutter down and in.
Quite a bit.
Wow.
Quite a bit. And they're going to see it again today, it looks like.
Well, 1 out, and Rougned Odor takes that first pitch in for strike 1. Odor hitting at .255 with 5 home runs, 26 driven in. Weather stats tonight, 73 degrees at first pitch. Humidity, it's almost muggy here. It's 46%.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wonder I was having a tough time breathing out here.
Feels exactly like it did outside down in Houston, doesn't it?
It does. Oof.
0-2. And Odor shoots one just outside the bag at third. Still nothing at 2. Only difference, the mosquitoes up here are the normal 1/4 inch long instead of the 3 inch long ones you had down in Houston.
Yeah, that's a good thing.
Small like condors.
Feel like
Russin to the abbreviated wind. And misses low and outside. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Well, you mentioned the Rangers having trouble against these Rockies, remember last year the Rangers played a 2-game series here and were outscored 25-2. Colorado under Walt Weiss just really making things miserable last year for the Rangers. Then they split 2 games, that home and home series back to back. Matt Harrison, I believe, was shut out the Rockies in the back into that matchup. Last time the Rangers won here back in 2006.
It's a long time.
Yeah, it is. 1-2 pitch. Odor having a pretty tough at bat. Rugnet finding a home now in that number 2 slot in the order, it looks like. Having a little trouble getting his eyeballs focused on the same. Looking all over the place. Rugnet 0 for 4 yesterday, but having a good trip. He had a good series down in Houston. He went to 6 for 14. 2 balls and 2 strikes now.
Yeah, I think Ruby's really starting to like that 2-hole there. Get some great pitches. You got Prince Fielder coming up behind you, so you're going to get some pitches to swing at, some pitches to hit and drive. And I'll tell you, since he's been back, that's pretty much where he's been in the lineup, and he's had some pretty good success.
Now Russin coming back with the 8th pitch, the at bat, and Rugnet rolls over on an out to LeMahieu. 2 gone. No, a strikeout, a ground out, and with 2 away, bases empty. Prince Fielder now will face Russin. Well, the Rangers in the month of July as a team hitting .254, but it has been a little bit streaky for them. And the 3-hit shutout at the hands of the Astros yesterday, and that came on the heels of 2 games in which they had 29 hits. And it's been a very Jekyll and Hyde ball club for the month of July. One guy that hasn't been Jekyll and Hyde, though, has been the man at the plate, and that's Prince Fielder. He has been steady as a rock, hitting at .337. That's still second in the American League. 14 home runs, 54 RBI, and he gets fisted. Paulson underhands to Russin covering, and it's a very quick and easy 1-2-3 inning. Rangers gone in order. We finished half an inning in Denver. Rangers nothing, Rockies coming up. Top of the first, now Mac's going to tell you about the Colorado Rockies lineup that will face Nick Martinez.
Leading off for the Rockies, it will be Charlie Blackmon in center field. DJ LeMahieu will hit second and play second. Troy Tulowitzki will bat third and play shortstop. Carlos Gonzalez will be in right and hit cleanup. Nolan Arenado will bat fifth and play third base. Ben Paulson will play first base and bat sixth. Nick Hundley will do the catching and hit 7th. Brandon Barnes will play left field and hit 8th. And Chris Russin doing the pitching, batting 9th.
And Nick Martinez goes to work to Charlie Blackmon and fires strike 1. Scouting report for Nick, a 2-week breather of sorts. He should be refreshed. He sure sounded like it talking to him today. Needs to have the ability that he possessed early in the season, that pitching effectively inside to both left-handers and right-handers. He felt when he was able to do that, everything else fell into place. And Nick kind of got away from that. He said he lost the aggressiveness. There's a good fastball inside. The third pitch of the game to Charlie Blackmon. Nick felt he lost the edge, the aggressive edge that he had, and got a little bit tentative working the hitters. He said he had to get that back and go right after guys.
Yeah, and I think that's exactly what he was right with. Early on, his first 7, 8, 9 outings, that's exactly what he did, and we talked about that. That's one of the differences between this year and last year with Nick Martinez. He was pitching inside, and he was very effective at it. Didn't matter who it was. He'd pound you in. He had some pretty good success against Pujols and Trout doing that, elevating the ball, pounding them in,
right,
at bat after at bat, and he continued that, pretty much until June.
2-2 to Blackmon, and that's lashed out of play the opposite side. Yeah, and that's, to me anyway, that's being able to pitch inside effectively is as much mental as it is physical. I think you've got to believe that you're not going to get hit hard when you pitch in there effectively, the way you know you can. It's when you start worrying about, well, I might hit the guy, and I don't want it to go back over the plate, and you start having negative thoughts, and that's when you get lit up in there.
Yeah, when that's what you're thinking about, that's what your focus is. I don't want to make a mistake. I don't want to do this. That's exactly what you're going to do, as opposed to getting the ball. I'm going inside, and I'm going to get it done.
Yep.
That's it. You have to be positive with it. You cannot go in there and do anything out there on the field, whether it's hitting, fielding. You can't be thinking, oh, I can't do this, I can't do that, because that's exactly what's going to happen.
You saw Mike Maddox there, the Ranger pitching coach, of course, and his perch. Mike, very much a proponent of complete commitment to whatever pitch you're going to throw. But he talks about pitching inside quite frequently with that commitment, with that intent of making a good pitch in there.
Yeah, you have to have your mind made up with that. You just can't be, 50-50, 75-25, whatever it is, you can't be. It has to be 100% commitment, or it's just probably not going to work.
Another 3-2, and that's a bit low, and Blackmon draws the leadoff walk. Well, Nick Martinez lost his first hitter, and now he will face DJ LeMahieu. Take a look at the Ranger defense tonight. It's brought to you by Breakcheck. Outfield this evening, Ryan Rua gets the start in left. Delano DeShields is center. Josh Hamilton is in right. Prince Fielder at first. Ruben Odor and Elvis Andrus up the middle. Adrian Beltre at third. And Tomas Telis is behind the plate. His first start since coming up from AAA to take the place of the injured Carlos Corporan. DJ LeMahieu, a .313 average. Good breaking ball dropped in by Nick Martinez. LeMahieu, 4 home runs, 35 driven in. And you look up and down this Colorado Rockies order. Guys hitting in this ballpark, it is night and day. There's hardly anybody that has an average under 300 here at Coors Field in their career. I'm not talking about just this year.
Just now.
LeMahieu is a .319 hitter. And Blackmon's a .331 hitter in this ballpark. And that's over 700 at bats. Carlos Gonzalez, a .332 hitter and 1,400 at bats.
Well, they really like hitting here in Coors Field. And it shows with the numbers. I think visitors enjoy hitting here as well.
Sure. Yeah, and it shows with the numbers, too, for the Rockies pitchers. They're not able to do much about it. Now, at home, a 40-point difference, almost 39-point difference, between the Giants' .266 average and the Rockies' .305 average. That's a significant advantage.
Not just a little.
Not very often do you see a home field advantage that blatant.
And I bet when you do, it has Colorado involved in there somewhere.
Yeah. 0-2 the count. It's a good fastball off the plate inside. LeMahieu got straightened up. Now the important pitch, after you do that, after you make the hitter move his feet a little bit and adjust himself, the pitch you make, the next pitch, is the most important pitch. of the two of them, and maybe of that at bat. You've gotten in there, you've gotten inside on him, now you've set it up. Now can you make the pitch to put him away? You get a fly ball to right field that Hamilton will take care of. Okay, good enough. It was up a little bit, but yeah, you got the out. And what you saw from Mayhew was a guy who did not aggressively go after that ball.
Right. You know, but I like the fact, you know, he went inside on the 0-2 pitch. That's the effective part that we've been talking about. It was effective. He wasn't going in for a strike. He was going in to hopefully open up that outside part of the plate and get LeMahieu thinking, where's he going to go? What's he going to throw me? And that's the part about throwing inside effectively, not necessarily going in there all the time for a strike.
Right. Well, here's Troy Tulowitzki. Boy, he is having a great year again. I mean, you make that a broken record. He is, as usual, the cornerstone of this Colorado Rockies offense. A .318 average, 11 home runs, 50 RBI. He's also been on base for the last 40 consecutive ball games, either by a hit or a walk. He's hit safely in 37 of his last 38 games. And we talk about Prince Fielder being the consistent hitter for the Rangers right in the middle of the order. Well, on the other side of the coin, here's Troy Tulowitzki doing exactly the same job for the Rockies. You know,
he's been doing that for a number of years now. He had a very, very good 4-game series against us last year. And this is one of those guys you have to be really careful with. And, you know, Nick is being careful with Blackman over there, but hopefully he doesn't take any concentration away from Tulowitzki, because he can make you pay for it.
Yeah, you're right. That's a good point, Nick. Good point. You know, we always talk about the advantage of having speed and getting on the base paths, and that's very true. But we don't talk very often about the advantage that gives a good hitter at the plate when you have a speedy runner aboard.
It's a huge advantage. We were just talking about, 100% commitment. Well, if you look at it in terms of concentration, you can't concentrate 100% on either one. You know, if you're worried about the runner at first base, whether it's 5%, 10%,
right.
Well, you've got a hitter like Tulowitzki. That 5% could be all it takes for him to, deliver something. So you've got to kind of, walk a fine line there, not give too much attention to Blackman over there. He can run, he steals bases. He's got 24 on the year already, but you have to keep him close, but you also have to be careful with Tulo in the box.
Mike, you're making a mistake, too, if you're a pitcher and you try to both hold the runner close and make good pitches at the same time. I think you've got to decide what you're going to do, and that's, if you want to work on the runner, fine. I'm not even thinking about making a pitch. Nobody's going to know that except me, but I'm going to make throws over there. I'm going to vary my timing. I'm going to step off the pitching rubber. Then as soon as I'm pretty sure I've done what I can to slow him down or get him out of a good jump, I'm going to go ahead and focus on making a good quality pitch and not worry about the runner as much the next pitch. And Tulowitzki out in front on his front foot, and he pops one up. Beltre making a basket catch. That is out number 2. A good pitch there by Nick Martinez. And Tulowitzki off balance. 2 gone for Carlos Gonzalez.
Nick gets a little breaking ball there, and Tulo's out in front on that front foot. Pops it up over to Beltre at third. Doesn't get any easier with this next hitter, though.
Yeah, you go down the first 6, 7, 8 hitters. Well, and even Chris Russin's a pretty good hitter, apparently, as a pitcher. Maybe the first 9 hitters for the Rockies. They're a pretty salty bunch of guys. Carlos Gonzalez having what some people around the Rockies are terming a disappointing year so far. Although he is starting to swing the bat better in this month of July. But 256, and they feel the 36 RBI in the middle of this order should be up about 20 more driven in. 1 ball and 1 strike. Good change of pace by Nick Martinez. Carlos Gonzalez over the last several years has proven himself to be one of the best hitters in baseball. .407 over his last 7 games. So he is indeed starting to turn things around. Blackman edging away from first. And Gonzalez back up the middle. That's into center field, a base hit. Blackman will motor on around to third. Nick Martinez got a low bridge by that shot back up the middle off the bat of Carlos Gonzalez.
That's when you don't mind that being a base hit, because otherwise that pitcher's probably hurt. Gonzalez kind of sounded like he got jammed just a little bit.
Yeah.
But he's a big, strong guy. Right back up the middle past Nick.
Yeah, but if you're 57 feet away from that ball when it's coming back at you, when it gets off the bat, you're not asking was it a jam shot or not.
No.
Getting out of the way. Vacate the premises.
Self-preservation.
A runner's at first and third with 2 outs. Here is Nolan Arenado. Well, what a year he is putting together. 24 home runs, 70 RBI. And both those figures are career highs for Arenado for a full year.
Wow.
289 average. He is 4th in the National League with those 24 home runs. He is 2nd with the 70 runs driven in. Ranger fans will remember Arenado last year just went crazy in the 2-game series here against the Rangers.
I think he hit something like 800.
Yeah, might have been more than that. It was a lot. I know that every time he swung the bat, a ball left. Runners in scoring position, 3rd highest average in the National League for Arenado, at 415. Got Charlie Blackmon down at 3rd. Carlos Gonzalez over at 1st. Blackmon walked to start the inning. Carlos Gonzalez singled with 2 outs. Nick has the advantage in the count, 0-2. Hit well to left center field. The Shields going back, he can't get it. It's over his head, off the wall. 1 run is home. Gonzalez being waved home. There will be no throw. A 2-run double by Arenado, and the Rockies have a 2-0 lead.
Two pitch, and Nick trying to go inside, gets it in there, but Arenado got the head to it, drilled that ball over Delino DeShields' head out in center field. On most hitters, that's probably a good pitch, but not to Arenado.
Well, the Rockies out to a very quick 2-0 lead. Here's Ben Paulson, the first baseman. Big strike 1. Yeah, I don't know how you feel about it, Mac, but I've always thought an 0-2 pitch, if you're trying to come inside, you're better off making the pitch up instead of down. Seems like a little tougher to get the head of the bat to it.
Yeah, and if it comes back out over the plate, it's going to be tough to hit, get some wood on.
That ball is by Odor into center field. Around 3rd, Arenado, he will score. Ben Paulson with the RBI. It's a 3-0 Rocky lead. The 3 consecutive 2-out hits. That put the Rockies out in front.
Martinez trying to go inside again. And those pitches are looking like they're a little bit off the plate, but these Rockies hitters are covering it and hit it pretty good.
Well, Paulson drives in his 20th run of the season. And next will be the 7th place hitter, Nick Hundley, the catcher. Hundley leading all major league catchers with a 3.04 average. He pounds one to right field. Going back is Hamilton. He is at the track and next to the wall makes the catch. And that will do it. So Hundley a long out in the inning. The Rockies, however, put 3 on the board on 3 hits. They leave 1 after 1. 3-0 Colorado. Dog night. Matter of fact, the next one is coming up on Wednesday, August 5th. Rangers take on the Houston Astros. That's our next Dollar Hot Dog night at Globe Life Park. Visit TexasRangers.com for tickets, or you can call 972-RANGERS. That young man looks like he needs a hot dog. Yeah, dollar hot dog would work, but he has to wait till a week from Wednesday. That's why he's got that frown on his face. I don't want to wait that long. Well, Rangers find themselves down 3-0 here after one inning of play, and they need an answer right now. Adrian Beltre, Josh Hamilton, Elvis Andrus to try and get that answer in the works. Starting off the second inning against Chris Rusin. Beltre, a .255 average, 7 home runs, 23 driven in. Russin's first pitch is high and outside for ball one. Found it kind of interesting today. A lot of questions for Jeff Bannister concerning Adrian Beltre and whether he should be in the lineup playing because of that sore thumb. And I don't know how many ways you can say Adrian's going to play if Adrian can play.
And Adrian will let you know.
and Adrian will let us know if he can't play. I mean, that's, I think, as far as being a major league manager, that's part of managing 101 for the Rangers. If Beltre says he can play, he's going to be in the lineup.
There's no question. And, you know, now if it's a younger player that doesn't have the track record, doesn't have the history, then that's when the manager manages and says, okay, no, we need you to sit.
Yeah.
We'll get somebody else out there. But Adrian's been around forever. He understands his body. He knows what he can do out there on the field. And he knows what he can't do. And if Adrian feels like he's going to hurt the team, believe me, he'll be the first one to say, right, Skip, I can't go.
Exactly. Exactly. Yeah, this is not an ego-driven thing where, you know, Adrian's going to do something to benefit himself and not the team. It's the other way around. It seems like that's it's a given that somebody should do something about Adrian being in the lineup. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Beltre, 2 out of 10 so far on the trip. Scored a couple of runs, had an RBI in the 3-game series down in Houston. Still 2-2. Beltre in this ballpark has been a terror over the years. He's got a .397 career batting average here in 60 games. That's the highest figure all time. This place has been open since 1995. 20 years of baseball in this ballpark, and that's the highest all time. Anybody that has 200 at bats or more.
That's doing some damage.
Yeah, that's doing a lot of damage. Adrian just loves hitting against Colorado, but particularly here. Another 2-2 pitch. Full count. Last 38 ball games for Adrian against Colorado. He has hit a meager .407. 13 home runs, 41 RBI in 38 games. Payoff pitch to him. Line to Tulowitzki up to his right to make the catch. The Gold Glove shortstop showing you pretty cat-like reactions on that drive off the bat of Beltre. Looks like it might have had just enough topspin to keep it within Tulowitzki's range.
Got a little breaking ball out over the middle of the plate. Beltre's right on it. Unfortunately, not high enough.
One very hard hit out. Here's Josh Hamilton. First ball swinging, and Paulson, the first baseman, overhanding to Russin covering. And on one pitch, Hamilton is retired. 2 away for Elvis Andrus. This is the first game, by the way, that Josh Hamilton has ever played in this ballpark.
Wow,
I would have liked to have seen Josh a few years ago.
Yes.
In this ballpark. They have a section in the Rockies media guide about the longest home runs here. That 493, I think, is the longest home run. think Josh would have worn that thing out a couple of times.
You know, I got to believe that he would have.
Yeah.
The way it flies out here.
Elvis takes strike one. Elvis, 243, 3 home runs, 30 RBI. Andrews on the road trip, 3 out of the 11 with a double. There's a base hit. Arenado couldn't catch up with that one, and Rangers have their first base runner, a 2-out single by Andrews. That'll bring up Ryan Rua.
2 out of the last 3 hitters got some pitches out over the plate, and this is what you talked about early, Buzz, with Russin not having that command. So if he leaves some more out over the plate, the Raiders should have an opportunity to do some damage.
A couple of hard hit balls in the inning, and 1 base hit at least to show for it. Ryan Rua, a 172 average, 3 home runs, 3 driven in. Ryan in the midst of an 0 for 10. That's a pretty quick move by Russin. Elvis, don't believe had seen that before. He has now. Russin, a check of first. It's a quick move that time, and he got it. Well, Elvis picked clean that time by Russin. Boy, back-to-back moves, a little bit different between the two of them, and Elvis caught. That'll do it for the Rangers. No runs a hit, nobody left. After 1.5, 3-0 Colorado. Use hashtag Southwest Data Strong Fan, and you just might see yourself on one of our upcoming broadcasts. This is all made possible by the good folks at T-Mobile. Well, Nick Martinez back to the hill after a rather rugged first inning. Gave up 3 runs, all with 2 outs. And he will be dealing to Brandon Barnes to start off the second inning. Barnes, the 8th place hitter, Chris Russin, the pitcher. And then back to the top of the order, Charlie Blackmon. Barnes, a 293 average. A home run and 10 driven in. Walt White's team had some players moving in and out off the roster from time to time, up and down to AAA. And Barnes, one of them, recalled the last time, May 20th. Well, Weiss in his third year as the skipper of the Colorado Rockies. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Weiss, the former American League Rookie of the Year for the Oakland A's. Back in 1988, I believe it was. Martinez back to the plate. To center field, sinking in a hurry, and Lionel DeShields has to play it on a hop. A leadoff Brandon Barnes single has him aboard. Chris Russell, the pitcher, coming up. And let's check in with John Rattigan somewhere here in Coors Field.
Yeah, Buzz, that's my first trip here. I saw this purple row of seats in this beautiful field of green seats. I saw the purple row, and Jeff Bannister actually told me what it is. It's when you're in this purple row of seats, you're actually a mile high. I got to be honest with you, I feel just a little bit lied to, because I thought whenever I was in the city of Denver, the Mile High City, I was a mile high. But turns out you got to be in the third deck to be a mile high. But here I am, a mile high. It's cool, and I'm undercover. There's no rain hitting me when I'm sitting here a mile high. So good place to watch a game. And if it keeps raining, guys, I may just stay here.
All right.
Good luck with that.
I wonder, with that altitude, I wonder if it turns to snow at there and not on the field. Are you up high enough to where you get to?
I guarantee you, I'm up with the mountains up there.
Russin, again around to bunt, and Russin, we mentioned, not a bad hitter. He's a 222 average. He's 4 for 18, but Walt Weiss has enough confidence in him. You saw him kind of use that slug bunt on the first pitch. Try to get guys out of position and rely on Russin to make the appropriate adjustment to what he's doing with the bat. The whole idea here to get Brandon Barnes from first to second after Barnes led off with a single. Big advantage in the National League to have a pitcher that can swing the bat a little bit. I'm not talking about Babe Ruth type, but be able to do something other than just sacrifice.
Yeah, it gives the manager more options. You can get a guy up there that can do what he's about to do again, do the slug bunt.
It's that bunt down. It's a pretty good one. Martinez on to Prince Fielder at first. Sacrifice goes 1-3. Into scoring position, Brandon Barnes. He's there for the top of the order now, Charlie Blackmon. Mac, we've talked about the disadvantage that National League teams have when they come to the American League parks, about not being built to have a specific guy to DH for him. American League has the advantage. You just saw one of the advantages the National League clubs has in that they work on sacrifices all the time, defensing sacrifices. American League clubs, you'll see them mess that play up more than anything.
Yeah, you will. You just don't see a whole lot of that going on in the American League. And the other advantage is, the American League is built to have that DH, and now you're in a National League park, and you're down a hitter.
Right.
And right now we're down Mitch Moreland. That's a pretty big hitter for us.
Yep. Yeah, and your lineup is structured to have that guy usually in the middle of the order. Charlie Blackmon started things off by getting a walk in the first inning. Came around to score. A little check swing on that fastball ran in on him. No balls, 2 strikes. Blackmon, not exactly your prototypical leadoff hitter. He has 12 home runs and he has driven in 41. Very fleet-footed. Mac told you he's one of the leaders in stolen bases. Month of July, he's been an absolute terror. A 370 average this month. Up the middle, that is into center field, a base hit. Barnes around third will score. Blackmon right back through the middle, and the Rockies have a 4-0 lead. Blackmon driving in his 42nd run of the year.
Well, Mick trying to go down and away. You see Talise outside. That ball comes back over the middle, down in the zone. Blackmon stays right on it, laces it back up the middle for an RBI single.
And there's one of those balls scooting through the infield we talked about.
It's almost as if it's not hit right at somebody. It's probably going to go through.
Yeah. DJ LeMahieu. And a fly ball to right field, his first time up. And Nick Martinez again with Blackman at first now. We'll go to work on him. Blackman, 24 out of 31 in the stolen base category. Line drive, right center field. That's down for a hit. Hamilton can't cut it off. It goes to the wall. Blackman being waved around third. He will score. Going to third is LeMahieu. He's in with a slide. The Rockies have a 5-0 lead. DJ LeMahieu with his third triple of the year.
Nick's having a little trouble with his command right now. He's not able to hit his spots. See him trying to go in. That ball tails out over the plate just a little bit. Mayhew takes him the other way. And Buzz, you know, we talked about this, how this infield is so quick up here.
Yeah.
Or this field, period. You can literally hit a ball on the ground in the infield and it get to the wall here.
That's a single in almost every other ballpark in the country.
No question. Josh had no chance to cut that off unless he's standing right where it was hit.
Yeah, we saw him take an angle that he thought he was going to be able to cut it off, and it just shot by him. Yeah, pretty tough to not be used to playing in a park like this and make that adjustment, because your eyes tell you that's just not going to happen.
Right.
But it does. So the Rangers now forced to pull the infield all the way in with Troy Tulowitzki at the plate. One out. DJ LeMahieu at third, and Tulowitzki takes the breaking ball for ball one. Tulowitzki popped out his first time up. Nick got him out in front on an off-speed pitch. 317 average, 50 RBI for Tulowitzki. Nick working from the stretch. 2 balls, no strikes. I guess if you played in the Pacific Coast League at AAA, you'd kind of be used to altitude. You get Salt Lake City and Albuquerque, and a couple of those teams, a couple of those cities, way up there altitude-wise.
Yeah, well, for whatever reason, I don't remember it being quite like Denver. I think Denver's in its own league. Salt Lake City, maybe. Not that much of a difference to Albuquerque and Vegas. But Denver's just in its own league.
2 balls and a strike. Now 2-2. Oh, Nick doing a good job coming back from being down in the count to even things up. Mentioned Tulowitzki, that 40-game on-base streak. That's the longest active streak in the major leagues. He's also hit 362 over that 40-game streak. This thing began on May 26th. Interleague average, not too bad for Tulowitzki, 348 since 13. 3-2 now. Well, the count has gone full. Tulowitzki hitting third in the order. He'll be followed by the right fielder, Carlos Gonzalez. Rockies out on top 5-0. They have out hit the Rangers 6-1. Infield pulled all the way in with LeMahieu at third. Tulowitzki back in, ready to work. Or he was. Martinez with a payoff pitch. Towering pop foul that will be well back into the lower section of seats. Still 3-2. Coors Field, it was opened in 1995. The Rockies have been around since 1993. Played the first 2 years at Mile High Stadium. Good look out toward right field, right over the top of the Rangers' third base dugout. Another 3-2 is on the way. That ball is blasted to left field. Rua pulls up. He'll watch this one sail into the seats. A 2-run home run for Tulowitzki. It is a 7-0 Colorado lead. Troy Tulowitzki with his 12th home run of the year.
Tulo swinging a hot bat, 370 over the last 6 weeks or so. Got a pitch out over the middle of the plate by Martinez, trying to go down and away. And again, that location came right back over the middle of the plate. And when you do that, this is typically going to be the result, especially when you've got a hitter like Tulowitzki.
So a 7-0 the Colorado lead. Here's Carlos Gonzalez, who takes outside for ball one. Gonzalez singled his first time up. This ball way out over that 390 marker off the bat of Tulowitzki. 2-0. Tulowitzki, by the way, now a 41 consecutive game streak of reaching base. And sneaking up on some all-timers for the Colorado Rockies. Three balls, no strikes for Carlos Gonzalez. Now 3-1. National League Ford leaderboard for you. The Rockies now with 100 home runs as a team. Dodgers leading the way with 115. Cincinnati with 100 also. They are tied with the Rockies. Unbelievable. 91 home runs against right-handed pitching. And Gonzalez down on strikes. Nick Martinez with his first strikeout of the night. And now 2 away for Arenado.
They got that one down in the zone. Got Gonzalez a chase after that one.
Anthony Bass starting to loosen in the Ranger bullpen. Quick note on that Tulowitzki on base streak. He's now tied with Andres Galarraga and Todd Helton, who both had 41 game streaks. Galarraga, of course, former Ranger, did that from 96 to 97. Todd Helton did it from 2007 to the end of, or should say, to the first part of 2008. All-time best for the Rockies, Michael Kadire in 2013 had a 46 game. Arenado was going to swing at that, but he saw it, and he saw it.
See Talise set up outside, and Nick hit his location.
0-2 pitch. We'll try it again. Arenado, a 2-run double in the first inning. Now with 72 RBI for the year. Against the Rangers, we mentioned he has just gone to town. A 429 career average. Check swing. Did he go? Yes, he did. The appeal down to Tom Hallion, the first base umpire. He said he went around. But Rockies put 4 more on the board, and after 2, they lead the Rangers 7-0. receive a Rangers cowboy hat courtesy of Coca-Cola and Walmart. Now, you got to have this to accent your fashion statement. Visit TexasRangers.com or call 972-RANGERS to get your tickets and come on out and grab that cowboy hat. Top of the third inning, and the Rangers find themselves trailing by 7. Ryan Rua, who was left standing at home plate when Elvis Andrus was picked off to end the second. We'll start things off. Chris Russin deals strike one. I mentioned Ryan 0 for his last 10. He got the start yesterday. And he drives one to the gap in left center field. That is down and it's going to the wall. Rua at second, aboard with a leadoff two-bagger. That snaps the 0 for 10 that Ryan was mired in. Had a little extra carry to it.
It did. I like that. You know, most of the outfielders, when you're playing here in Colorado, you got to play back deep because the ball is going to get out there to you. Will gets pitch out over the middle of the plate. Actually on the outer half and yanks it into center field. That way to come out of that 0 for 10.
There you go. So Rua at second. Tomas Teles is now the hitter, the switch hitter up there from the right side. Takes a strike. Teles has pinch hit a couple of times since being called up last Friday. He's 0 for 2. With Round Rock this year, he was hitting .291 in 70 ball games. Had 5 home runs and 25 RBI. Teles last year had a good portion of 2014 with the Rangers. Did a very good job. That's chopped down at the plate. It's a ball and 2 strikes. Teles last year hit .250. Drove in 8 runs in 18 ball games. 68 at bats for the Rangers. Russin ready for the 1-2 pitch. Up the middle, that's into center field, a base hit. Rua waved around third, will score without a throw. Teles with the RBI, and the Rangers are on the board. It's now 7-1.
Well, that's how you catch up. You got to get one first. Pitched. Wow. That's called expanding the strike zone there. He got that one off the ground. That ball's literally going to bounce if he didn't hit it. Yes, it is.
Yeah, Huntley's already down there in blocking mode.
Wow.
Goodness. Now here's Nick Martinez. And Nick gets the bunt down. They're going to go to second. They get the force on the sliding Teles. And Nick Martinez trying to sacrifice is thwarted. He'll be at first base. 1-6 on the out at second.
Nick trying to get Teles over to second base and didn't quite get it to first base. That's where you want to take that ball when you bunt it. You know, and you got to remember, this is something that Rangers pitchers don't do very often because they don't hit. So they'll start bunting maybe a week before interleague play happens. But it's not an easy thing to do.
Right. Yeah, and even though Nick had been, you know, a middle infielder during college, not hitting for the better part of 4 years, you're gonna get out a lot of those habits that you'd gotten into. You got to stick up for the pitchers.
I'll stick up for him too a little bit. Just a little, not much.
Now Delino DeShields up for his second at bat. Struck out to start the game tonight for the Rangers. Got Martinez at first with 1 out. And Russin missing low. It's 2 balls, no strikes. Delino in his last 4 ball games gone 6 for 17. Picking things up, and he has hit leadoff now in each of the last 9 ball games. Remember, he came off the disabled list back on the 5th of July. Average of 272 in that time. Three and 0 the count. Ball 4. Russin issues the walk, and that's one way to get a rally going when you're up 7-1. Give the other team an option to rally when you start walking people. Rougned Odor stepping in before we tell you about Rougned. Let's send it back to Dana Larson for a Mazda game break. All right, Dana, thank you. 1995 is the last time the Angels had a rain out at home.
Wow. That's hard to believe.
May want to blame it on the Rockies. They got the whole thing started. They had a rain delay when they were in Los Angeles playing the Dodgers. Then they go down the coast and they get rained out in San Diego.
See, there you have it. It's all their fault.
It's the Rockies' fault. Now here's Odor. Rougned takes ball 1 inside. Odor grounded out to second in the first. He's hitting with Martinez at second, DeShields at first. A run across. Rangers still trailing by 6, but trying to make some headway here in the 3rd inning. One ball and 1 strike. Rougned Odor, since coming back up from AAA the 15th of June, has hit .362. Cutter gets the inside corner. And I guess just as importantly for Rougned, it's 17 RBI in the 24 games. He's not only productive average-wise, but he's been driving in runs when given the opportunity.
You know, that's big, especially when you're in that 2-hole. You're driving runs in, and that's where he's been the majority of his time back.
I think, we look back at when the Rangers go, not necessarily yesterday, but when they have trouble scoring, a lot of the time it's the guys at the bottom of the order not getting on base and turning that lineup over for the top. The guys at the bottom are having trouble, and guys at the top never come up with anybody on base. There's a strike, and Odor kind of frozen by that cutter from Chris Russin. Russin gets his 2nd strikeout. They're now 2 gone for Prince Fielder.
Russin going with a breaking ball. Ends up at the top of the strike zone. A very hittable pitch.
Prince Fielder, ground ball to first in the first. Fielder, the top average hitter in the American League with runners in scoring position. A .392 average. Opportunity here to increase that and also increase the Ranger offensive output. And Nick Martinez at second, trailed by Delino DeShields at first. Russin pulling the string on the breaking ball, and it's 1-1. Excuse me, 0-2.
Russin going with the sweeping one, Prince. I think he wants to throw him a strike.
Now, I guess if you just objectively looked at the Ranger lineup, why would you?
That is so true.
Yeah. In a position where he can beat you. And that's not being against Adrian Beltre or anybody else in the lineup, but Fielder has just been so good this year, not only hitting for average, but with runners on and runners in scoring position and taking what the pitcher gives him. he has not had very many easy out at bats. A ball and 2 strikes. Russin reading the signs from Hundley. Fouled back. Thought I had it.
I got you. I got you. Yeah, I thought it was coming in here. You know what? Then again, I might not have got that. That was a little far to the left.
Yeah, it had me if it didn't hit the bottom of that thing. A little overhang right there. Yeah. You were doing that, and I was, yeah.
My range is right here now. Here, there. That's it.
Looping drive to right in for a base hit. Martinez around third will score. DeShields motoring into third. And Prince Fielder continues his hot hitting with runners in scoring position. The RBI makes it a 7-2 Rockies lead.
You know, and this is what, teams know about Colorado. It doesn't matter what the score is. You have to continue to score. You have to continue to fight. When one team scores 4 or 5, you've got to come back and at least do that. So you want to keep it, obviously when you're pitching, keep it down to a minimum and give your team an opportunity to get yourself back in it. And as we know, it doesn't take very long here in Colorado to score some runs.
You are right about that. Now here's Beltre with runners at the corners. And taps one out to LeMahieu at second. He'll just step on the bag, and that'll take care of the Ranger third. But a couple of runs come across on 3 hits with 2 left after 2.5. It's now the Rockies 7 and the Rangers 2. Is brought to you by your Texas Ford dealers. Visit your local Texas Ford dealer to kick off the summer right. Ford is the best in Texas. Beautiful shots out here at Coors Field in Denver. Nice crowd on hand tonight. A very comfortable evening in the low 70s with light breezes. Looking out toward the west and toward the Rocky Mountains out beyond those clouds. Ben Paulson, the Rockies' first baseman, leading off in the bottom of the third. Nick Martinez, after struggling through the first 2 innings, trying to right the ship and have an easy frame here in the third. Paulson, an RBI single, his first time up. He's going to roll out to Rougned Odor. A couple of pitches into the inning. Nick has the first out.
It's a big out right there. The Rangers just got on the board, scored a couple of runs. You want to come out and put that goose egg up there on the mound and get your guys back in the dugout and get those bats in their hands.
Nick Hundley, the catcher, now coming up. Hundley flying out to deep right field. That ended the Rockies' first. .303 average, half a dozen home runs for Nick. Signed with the Rockies this past January as a free agent. Hundley spent most of his career down in San Diego. Caught for the Padres. One hopper blistered, but right at Elvis. 2 gone. Brandon Barnes now will face Nick Martinez.
Good job by Nick being aggressive, throwing strikes, not leaving the ball out over the middle of the plate. Letting him put it in play. We've got a second baseman and a shortstop out there so far.
Brandon Barnes led off the second inning with a base hit. Average at .298. 1 ball, no strikes. Barnes now a 6-game hitting streak after his second inning single. Had a pitch up to work with, fouled it straight back. It's 1-1. Now Nick, you can see 55 pitches in the first 2 frames, and he's gotten 2 outs here on 6 pitches. And he's ahead of the count. A ball and 2 strikes to Barnes. Where if you're Nick Martinez, you'd really want to make sure now you make good pitches to Barnes. He's the 8th hitter. You'd love to have the pitcher leading off the next inning if you can get Barnes. 2-2.
And that makes a big difference with that pitcher leading off. And not to say that it's a sure out, but he has less of a chance to get a hit than the regular hitters.
And that one rolled out to Elvis. So 3 ground balls the inning. A good inning by Nick Martinez. Able to work through a 9-pitch third inning. 3 up, 3 down. After 3, 7-2 Colorado. TexasRangers.com/treasure chest, and you get access to rarely available lower infield and premium infield tickets for select games with the Yankees and the Giants in town. They will be on this upcoming homestand, so visit the treasure chest. Rangers coming to bat here in the 4th inning. Josh Hamilton will lead things off, and Chris Russin gets a strike on the breaking ball. Hamilton grounded out to first. in the second inning. Josh had a streak of 4 consecutive hits working into yesterday's ball game. And then Dallas Keuchel kind of put the clamps on Josh and everybody else in the lineup. Well, Josh 4 for his last 7 trips to the plate. Nothing in 2 the count. Got him swinging. Russin with that little bit of a drop down breaking ball to left-handers. Hamilton gone on strikes. 3 strikeouts now for Russin. 1 away for Elvis Andrus.
You know, Russin could be a little sneaky there. Came set, not necessarily a quick pitch, but he kind of just went fairly quick, and then you know, just the movement, that quick herky-jerky action can throw you off, and then you all of a sudden here comes a changeup.
Ranger pitchers do that occasionally. They call it a bull rush. Yep. That's yeah, hitters notice that, don't they? You get into a rhythm along with the pitcher, and when that changes, you have to change it yourself.
Yeah, it makes it tough when a pitcher does that and throws a changeup. You know, you're seeing that quick motion. You're thinking here comes something hard, and all of a sudden it's a changeup.
Elvis had a base hit to left field his first time up. He had the first base hit for the Rangers. Russin gets a strike on the inside corner. It's 2-1. Well, Elvis now has hit safely in 6 of his last 7 ball games. And his 5-game hitting streak snapped yesterday. He's still 7 for 20 in his last 6 ball games. 2-2 pitch. Full count. Elvis trying to get aboard with 1 out here in the 4th inning. Ryan Rua, the Ranger left fielder, will follow. Payoff pitch on the way. Hard hit on 1 big hop out to DJ LeMahieu. 2 gone. Now Rua will come up. Folks, Fox Sports Southwest brings you a special edition of Big 12 Live with Day 2 coverage of the Big 12 Football Media Days live from Dallas. It all starts tomorrow at 9 a.m. Rua takes a knee-high strike. Ryan had a ringing double off to just to the left of dead center field. His first time up. That started that 2-run Ranger 3rd inning. Nothing in 2 in this at bat. Now, we talked about this the other day with Ryan. I guess it was yesterday, Mac, that Ryan trying to get back into the lineup and get his timing at the same time. And you're asking a lot of a young player, any player, much less a young player that doesn't have all that much experience. Yeah,
it's tough to get back in and get that rhythm going when you're not getting those consistent at bats. But it's a lot tougher when you're a younger player because you've never really had to deal with that.
Check swing, and the appeal to Tom Hallion. He said no swing. It's 1-2. Yeah, it's one thing if you're able to take a lot of batting practice and then slowly work that back into the game. But when you're trying to make timing changes or knock the rust off, do it at game speed, that's a little bit rough.
It is, and you'll have guys they'll maybe do a simulated game or 2, and that's okay, but it's not the best because you're not going to get up for facing your own pitcher. It's not this type of a setting, and that's that plays a lot into it.
And Rua gone on strikes. A couple of punch outs in the inning for Russin. Rangers gone in order. We finished 3.5 in Denver. It's the Rockies 7 and the Rangers 2. Brought to you by Southwest Airlines. Book your low fare now at southwest.com. And by Mazda. In every car we make, you'll see why driving matters. A beautiful shot of the Rocky Mountains. Outside Denver, up to the west of downtown Denver. We are just north of downtown here at Coors Field. Chris Russin beginning things here in the bottom of the fourth inning. Nick Martinez, after having a very quick 1-2-3 third inning on 9 pitches, now retired 5 straight. And Russin hits a 2-hopper out to Elvis. That's 4 straight ground balls recorded by Nick Martinez. 1 out, back to the top of the Colorado order.
Wow, Russin swung that pretty good. Didn't typical, look like your typical pitcher.
Okay. Nick Martinez has not found a way to retire Charlie Blackmon tonight. He's walked and had a base hit. He has scored twice and driven in a run. Blackmon now 42 RBI, and he takes that big bender in for strike 1. Blackmon at 292 with the average. And a 2-hopper to Rougned Odor. 2 gone for DJ LeMahieu. And Nick Martinez all of a sudden getting that ball down in the strike zone where he had talked about pitching, wanting to pitch with that fastball. Getting enough tailing or sinking action to it to get that ground ball. And Jeff Banish's got to feel much better about it here in the 3rd and 4th innings than he did earlier. But now he's got to find a way to get the offense to play catch up. LeMahieu, 1 out of 2, a triple and an RBI in the second, also scored that inning.
I think, Buzz, a lot of these guys have played here before, and they understand it, and they're seeing Nick get into that groove the last couple of innings, and they're saying, okay, hold him right here. We can score 7 or 8 runs off of these guys. And so that plays a big part into it. Not only, Banny's not the only one happy. It's those guys out there on the field. They're happy because they know they can do some damage pretty quickly in this ballpark.
That's a good point. And if they weren't sure, Adrian would tell them. He's done enough here in the past. 2-0 pitch to LeMahieu is in, and 2-1 the count. LeMahieu hitting at .314 after the triple. Now 36 RBI for the Rockies second baseman. Fouled off to the right, and the count evens at 2 balls, 2 strikes. Well, the Rangers in the outfield especially playing LeMahieu around the opposite way, and he gets more hits than almost anybody in the National League going the other way with the pitch. His percentage of base hits to right field is phenomenal. Infield, not so much. Pretty much straight away on ground balls, but balls he gets elevated. A lot of balls to right and right center field.
As an infielder, especially a middle infielder, that hitter sees you, so you can kind of mess around with him a little bit, move left or right a little bit in between pitches so he can think that the pitcher is trying to throw you a certain way. And then as the pitcher starts his windup, then you can move into your normal position and be ready for anything.
Did you ever find a hitter that was so in tune with what you were doing as a middle infielder that you could move as the pitch was being delivered? He'd get mad at you for it?
No,
not jumping up and down, but I mean just
no, because as a hitter, as soon as that pitcher starts his motion to the plate, you're locking in on him. Because if you don't, you've got no chance to hit him. I wish I'd had somebody paying attention to me and not paying attention to the hitter or the pitcher.
Troy Tulowitzki, who had a 2-run home run his last time up. He gets a pitch and fouls it straight back. It is 0-1. Tulowitzki, 1 out of 2 tonight. Now hitting at .319 with a dozen home runs, 52 RBI. mentioned last time that when he got the home run, that increased his reaching base streak to 41 consecutive ball games. Increased his hitting streak now to 4. He's had a hitting streak this year, 21 straight. That was the longest in the National League. That was just snapped here on July the 11th, right before the All-Star break. 0-1 the count. Making sure that DJ LeMahieu doesn't get a free run at second base. LeMahieu, the other base stealer, he has 10 for the year, 10 out of 13. Fouled in and out of the glove of Telis, and the count goes to 0-2.
See Nick trying to go away. He got away with one there, Buzz.
Yeah. And not every ball that you throw in the middle of the plate gets hit out of the ballpark. Some of them get popped up or fouled back.
Right, hitters are good, but they're not that good to hit every mistake.
Still 0-2. Here's that streak we were talking about. Second longest now. They're tied with a couple of other Rockies that we detailed for you in Rocky history. Michael Kadire with that 46 gamer is the best ever. There goes LeMahieu. The pitch is outside. The throw is high. And LeMahieu is in under the tag of Rougned Odor. Say one thing, that was not an easy pitch for Telis to throw, and he made it a very close play at second.
My goodness, I thought he had no chance whatsoever, but Telis made that very close.
That's something that Domas did very well at AAA, throwing out the opposition.
Breaking ball down and away. He actually had to go down on one knee to catch it, but he got up quickly and threw a strike down to second.
Telis threw out almost 50% of the runners that tried him at AAA this year. 48.2% of them got caught. So LeMahieu now in scoring position. The count is 1 ball and 2 strikes to Tulowitzki. Now 2-2. Telis out to say something to Nick. A very quick meeting. Rockies tonight 4 out of 4 in runners in scoring position situations. Hit him. Fastball up and in, and Nick Martinez, who already leads all of baseball with hit batters, plunks another. I think that's 13 if I'm not mistaken.
You know, for me, Buzz, that's not a bad thing. He's trying to pitch inside, and Tulo will remember that his next at bat.
Yeah.
He's got that pad on his elbow. He's okay. And not taking anything away from Gonzalez by any means. He's a great hitter, but right now he's not swinging the bat, all that well.
So 2 on with 2 out. Carlos Gonzalez, who's 1 for 2, will step in. Gonzalez a single and a run scored in the first inning. He struck out in the second. Ball 1 floats down and away. Nick Martinez now up over 80 pitches for his outing tonight. Had a pretty good little run there of 8 straight retired. I think that's 7 straight retired before the walk. See if he can get the last out of this inning and make it good. Throw down to second base. Just back ahead of the throw is DJ LeMahieu. Matelis has a gun and he's not afraid to show it.
See Elvis sneaking in, and that's a set play. They put the pickoff on the play before the pitch before that.
One ball and 1 strike, the count to Gonzalez. Highest average with runners in scoring position. You saw the leaderboard, the Rockies right on top. Now 1-2. Nick Martinez trying to come up with something to get Gonzalez and get out of this inning unscathed. Nick says okay. And the 1-2 pitch. Softly hit to Elvis at short. On the first base side of second, he throws to first. That'll do it. No runs, no hits, a couple left stranded. After 4 complete, it's the Rockies 7 and the Rangers 2.
Inning here at Coors Field in Denver, Colorado. I try to show you good places to eat in every stop along the way, and I found one today, although different priorities for food today. I wanted something very close to the hotel, so I found something in the lobby of our hotel. It is Elway's restaurant right there in the lobby of the team hotel. I wanted to be close because I didn't want to miss much of the final round of the British Open, and lo and behold, Elway's being kind of a sports bar, they had it on. And I've eaten such bad food on the road, and I wanted our viewers to know I'm not just a horrible eater. I'm not as bad an eater as you would think. Look at there. Asian chicken salad at Elway's, guys. So I mixed in a salad today.
Nice going, John. Proud of you. So Tomas Teles leading off the 5th inning. Just bounces one through the right side for the base hit. One on, nobody out. Teles with his 2nd base hit of the evening. Bring up Nick Martinez.
I don't think he's seen a pitch that he doesn't like. That one's a bit outside. He takes it to right field for a single.
His first single was a pitch that bounced up there almost. A changeup that he had to hit just before it hit the dirt. He got that into center field. Well, here's Nick, who tried to sacrifice his first time, bunted into a fielder's choice. He's going to try it again. Take strike one. Nick 0 for 6 now in his big league career as far as hitting is concerned. He gets pretty indignant, though. You suggest that he's lost his ability to hit. No, I can still swing the bat.
That's that competitor in it.
And going to second again. This throw hits Talise, going into the bag, and everybody's safe. Well, Russin, who was able to get Talise the first time on a throw to second, tried it again, and this one hit Talise, as you can tell, in the left arm. And everybody is safe on the misfire at second base.
Well, Nick gets this one down a little bit more to first base, so Russin has a little bit of ways to go, a little bit further, 2 or 3 steps, and I'm not sure that they would have been able to get Talise at second base anyway. Yeah, he probably had him, but hey, we'll take it.
Well, 2 on, nobody out. Back to the top of the order, Delino to Shields, and if Delino's going to bunt, it's going to be a whole different ballgame. We've seen Delino to Shields in sacrifice situations turn it into base hits. He's swinging, though, and in the first pitch and chops it foul. 0-1. Delino tonight has walked and struck out. Checking with Tony Beasley down there at third to see what Jeff Bannister might have in mind. Kind of get on toward the middle of the game and kind of need to play for a bigger inning than if it were earlier, maybe.
Right. And you can bunt, but they're 5 back. You can score a lot of runs, and you can score them in bunches here in Colorado. You got the middle of the order up. Chances of doubling up to Shields, not that good.
1 ball and 1 strike. Now Chris Russin, who's only had 1 difficult inning, that was the 3rd. Embarking now on what may turn into a difficult inning for him. He misses outside, 2 balls and a strike. In case you're wondering, that play that on the bunt by Nick Martinez, Nick is credited with a sacrifice. There's no error on the play. It goes down as a fielder's choice. Nick at first base, and at second, Tomas Talise. 2-1 pitch coming to DeShields. In the air to center field, Blackman retreating. Makes the catch. Talise bluffs a move toward third, but he elects to hang on at second. That is out number 1. To bring up Rougned Odor. Well, a lot of room in the outfield here at Coors Field. 415 feet to straightaway center, and every bit of that to the corner out there in left center. 390 to the power alley and left, and 347 right down the left field line. You can wear out some outfielders here if you're a pitcher.
You can. Hit some stuff in those gaps. Woo.
Odor tonight has grounded to second and been called out on strikes. Russin a check of second. Couple of looks back there. And a base hit to right field. Talise being waved around third. Here comes the throw from Gonzalez. The tag, he is safe. Talise able to avoid the tag by kind of half slide, half standing, and reaching for home plate at the same time. He is in to score. On to third goes Martinez, and to second is Odor. It's a 7-3 Rockies lead.
I like the aggressiveness. Tony Beasley out at third base, the third base coach, waving Talise. Talise is a catcher. He can run pretty well, actually, for a catcher, and Tony just kept him going. Challenged Gonzalez to throw him out. The throw was up the line a little bit, but Talise was able to get under it. See Gonzalez come up firing. One hop throw. Not a bad throw. And missed him, Jalise.
Yep.
Nice slide. You gotta go, hurry.
Yeah.
That's what you hear out of the Rangers dugout right now.
No. Makes it a 7-3 game. And now Prince coming up. Ground ball sharply hit to first. That's going to get the run home. As Paulson takes it down there now, coming around third, and in safely is Odor. Rougned Odor never hesitated coming around third.
An aggressive heads-up play by Odor, keeping his eye on the ball, watching the ball the entire time. Paulson thought that was the third out. Tagged first base and just kept going in. And now you look at the scoreboard. Rangers are right back in at 7-5.
I guess that's going to be a 2 RBI ground out.
That'd be nice.
Unless they ruled an error. They would probably negate the second one. But at least 1 RBI. We'll check with the official scorer on the possible second one. Here's Beltre. In any event, Rangers get 3 in the inning.
Prince hits a sharp ground ball to first base. Paulson grabs it, tags first, about to flip it into the stands and realizes, oh no, just 2 outs. And Odor never stopped hustling.
No, it's a 7-5 ball game now. Adrian Beltre takes inside, 1 ball and 1 strike. Something we haven't seen from the ball club in a while. That all-out aggressiveness on the base paths. Yeah, you have to have the opportunity to do it, but being ready to do it when it comes up is the big thing.
Absolutely. Odor was perfect on that. Just kept his eye on the ball, and that's what you've got to do when you're on the bases. Know where the ball is at all times.
Chop foul. The count now 2-2 to Beltre. Adrian tonight is lined to short and grounded into a fielder's choice. Rougned Odor knocks in a run and then steals a run. And another chopper foul.
Russin did that bull rush pitch again on Beltre, but Beltre was ready for it.
Beltre back in. Russin reading the signs. And the pitch outside. Well, the count has gone full. The best we can determine here at the ballpark, Prince is going to be credited with 2 RBI on that ground out. That changes, we'll let you know. So fielder with 3 runs driven in tonight. There's a rocket right back up the middle and knocked the glove off of Chris Russin's hand. Well, Adrian, a bullet right back through the box.
Adrian gets a changeup out over the middle of the plate, up in the zone. Drills it right back up the box. Russin was happy to get out of the way of that one. Wasn't in a good position coming down.
Almost undressed him completely. Well, meeting on the mound out there. Pitching coach Steve Foster out to talk to Chris Russin, give him a chance to catch his breath and maybe get his heart out of his throat. Line drive back to you will do that. A 1 on, 2 out still. Josh Hamilton 0 for 2 tonight. Grounded out and struck out. He represents the tying run in this ball game here in the 5th inning. Takes ball 1. I think the other day, Josh Hamilton said the first 2 at-bats that he had against Scott Philbin said he didn't let it go. He was being tentative. And when he turned it loose, the last 3 at-bats got hits, including a home run. He took that pitch like he has the same determination in this at-bat.
Yes, he does. He's not out there flailing. You see that breaking ball down in a way that he's, swung at a couple of times and missed. He looks a little bit more locked in now. I think about the only thing the Rangers haven't done is hit a home run.
They may change that here shortly. 2-0 pitch coming from Russin. I got him on the end of the bat. And that's going to be the end of the inning. But Rangers score 3 on a couple of hits, and they leave 1. We're going to go to the bottom of the 5th inning. It's now the Rockies 7, the Rangers 5. And Medical Center Arlington on Labor Day for the 4th annual Rangers Labor Day race. Enjoy the scenic 5K course that finishes on the field, or bring out the whole family for a 1K fun run. Visit TexasRangers.com/race to sign up. Now we go to the bottom of the 5th inning. And the night has come to an end for Nick Martinez, as far as this ball game goes anyway. Anthony Bass on in relief. Anthony will take over his 24th game of the year. Saw Anthony in yesterday's ball game. Worked an inning. Working here to Nolan Arenado inside for ball 1. Arenado, a 2-run double and a run scored in the 1st inning. Struck out in the 2nd. Bass missing down and away. 1 ball and 1 strike. Anthony, average against him of 266. 14 walks, 35 strikeouts, and almost 50 innings of work. This is low with that pitch. It's 2-1. Nick Martinez, 4 innings of work tonight, 7 hits, 7 runs. They were all earned. 2 walks, 2 strikeouts. All the damage done in the first 2 innings against Nick. To left field, Rua got a good read on it, coming on and makes a sliding catch. Nice play by Ryan Rua. That had some topspin on it. But Ryan able to chase that one down.
Rua helping Bass out there. That ball was hit off the end of the bat. Got a great jump on it. And a lot of times an outfielder can get fooled when that happens. You think it's hit harder because of the swing. The Rua comes in. Nice sliding catch for the first out of the inning.
Ben Paulson now, the first baseman. Fouls off that first Bass pitch.
You see that concentration there, gets the ball right there in the web, has it under control. A little bit of a snow cone, not too bad. There you go.
All help's appreciated. We will take that. And another foul ball off the bat of Paulson. It's no balls and 2 strikes. Ben Paulson getting quite a bit of work at first base now. Justin Morneau has been on the disabled list for these Rockies for the better part of 6 weeks. Yeah, I guess there is some question that whether he'll be able to get back into the lineup. He's suffering concussion problems. And Morneau, that's the second or third time he's had that in his career, if I remember right.
Yeah, you're right. It's and each time it's costing a lot of time, a significant amount of time. That's not something that's easy to come back from.
Chopper deep at first, and Prince will underhand DeBass covering. That is out number 2. Next will be Nick Hundley. And before Hundley steps in, let's send it back to Dana Larson for a Mazda game break. All right, Dana, thank you. Tigers struggling. Oh, goodness.
They've been struggling for a while.
Nick Hundley is flied to right, grounded to short. Good breaking ball for strike 1. Hundley, as we mentioned, almost all of his career with the Padres in San Diego. Spent a little bit of time with the Orioles. Orioles trying to get some backup last year with catching problems they were having. And they got Hundley and did a pretty good job for him going down the stretch. Wieters went out with the elbow surgery. Left the Orioles in need of an everyday catcher. And Caleb Joseph at the time also weren't really sold on the idea of Joseph catching every day. A ball and 2 strikes to him here. Elvis gliding to his left and fires to fielder. 1-2-3 inning for Anthony Bass. So he does the job of getting the Rockies out in order. We'll move on to the 6th inning. It's a 7-5 Colorado lead. inning brought to you by Sonic. Tonight's jackpot is worth $200 and dinner for two at Sonic Drive-In. If a Ranger hits a home run during this inning, Chester Hutto from Center, Texas will win $200. And if a Ranger hits a grand slam this inning, Chester is going to take home $25,000. You can register at any participating Sonic restaurant. Chris Russin back out to the mound. He will face Elvis Andrus, Ryan Rua, and Tomas Telis. Rangers put 3 on the board in the 5th inning. Got right back into this ball game. It's now a 2-run Colorado advantage. Elvis 1 out of 2, singled in the 2nd, grounded out in the 4th. Going to try and bunt his way aboard. Bunted a little bit too hard, though, and Paulson has to play easily at first for out number 1. Not a bad idea. A left-hander on the mound that falls off toward third a little bit. Just bunted it too much at the first baseman.
Not a bad idea at all. You're down 2. You're leading off the inning. You get it down in the spot that you want. Got that leadoff hitter on. See, Paulson's in, even with the bag. But there is a spot in there, a sweet spot. If he gets that ball over there to it, it doesn't matter. It's going to be all his.
Ryan Rua takes a strike. Rangers, will remind you, lead the major leagues in bunt base hits. They have 20 of them this year. So that's not just something they pulled out of their hat. Rua, a swing and a miss. It is 0-2. Ryan, a double and a run scored. That was in the 3rd inning. Came up in the 4th and struck out. 1 out of 2 tonight. Batting average currently at 183. 1-2. Chris Russin approaching the 90 pitch level. We mentioned he has been very good in this ballpark. Rangers making it tough on him, though. Still a ball and 2 strikes. Now the left-hander rocks to the wind, the 1-2 pitch. That will even the count. Russin at home this year. Coming into play tonight, it worked a total of 21 innings, giving up 7 earned runs. He's given up 5 earned runs and 5 1/3 here tonight. So almost doubling the number of runs he's given up. Misses outside, and the count goes full. So good job by Ryan Rua to get the count from 0-2 to 3-2. Rua trying to get aboard with 1 out. Tomas Telis is in the on-deck circle. Payoff pitch coming. Got him swinging. Russin able to throw something other than a fastball on 3-2, and Rua down swinging. Well, the Kubota Power Stats, talking about pitching, which we just were. Zach Greinke is on a pretty good roll, if you like shutout rolls. 43 2/3 consecutive scoreless innings. It's the longest streak since 1988. That would have been when Orel Hershiser set the record. 6 straight starts for Greinke without giving up a run.
6 starts.
Yeah, I have no clue how that did. No clue.
Yeah, when you start talking about starts without giving up a run instead of innings.
Yeah, or hitters. Ball off the glove of Tulowitzki. It's dropping down right near third base. It looked like Tulowitzki might have gotten screened out by Arenado going in front of it.
Yeah, that's a tough play for both players. But as a third baseman, you're taught to go get everything you possibly can. And you see Arenado and Gold Glove third baseman going after it, just couldn't get to it. And yeah, Tulo probably got blocked out a little bit.
No, Telis Remember we were talking about Tomas. Anything, he's taken a book out of the Vlad Guerrero school of hitting. This was his first single. It was a changeup that maybe 6 inches off the ground. And then a fastball away, which is, what, about 5 or 6 inches outside?
It sure looks like it.
We're still waiting for a ruling as to whether it is going to be an error. Well, the error charged to Tulowitzki. Second error charged to the Rockies tonight. The first game on Nick Martinez' bunt, they changed it from just a fielder's choice and a sacrifice to an error on Russin on that bunt that Martinez had last time up. In any event, Adam Rosales is going to pitch hit for Anthony Bass. Rosales a .237 average with 3 home runs, 7 driven in. One ball, no strikes. Rangers tonight playing a National League rule, so they have a 5-man bench. Rosales and Chirinos as the right-handed hitters, and Chu, Martin, and Moreland from the left side. 1-0 pitch. Skied to center field. Blackman ambling in, makes the grab. That will do it. Well, the Rangers leave a runner. No hits, an error, and that 1 man left after 5.5. It remains 7-5 Colorado. All Ranger hats will be 15% off in team store locations. Plus, wear your Rangers hat to the ballpark on August 3rd and get $5 off your tickets to see the Rangers take on the Astros. Good candidates. You got the red, you got the blue, and hey, you got Spencer Patton out there too. He's got a blue one on.
He's got a blue one.
And he's on the bump in the middle of the diamond. 13th time that Spencer Patton is coming to a ball game for the Rangers. Last time we saw him was Friday night down in Houston. He did a great job against the Astros. Opponents hitting just .214 against the right-hander. Patton now 4 consecutive scoreless appearances. Only given up 1 hit in his last 3 1/3 innings. Brandon Barnes leading off. And he takes ball 1. Barnes 1 out of 2, a single and a run scored. Also grounded to short. 2 balls, no strikes. Patton just 2 walks and 11 strikeouts in the 11 1/3 innings of work. And Ball 3 is inside. So Barnes leading off. He's the number 8 hitter. Pitcher spot, Chris Russin will be next. Down the middle, 3-1. Rockies 7 runs on 7 hits. Rangers 5 runs on 7 hits. Rockies have the only 2 errors committed in this ball game, and Patton misses high. Ball 4, a leadoff walk, and that's not exactly how Spencer Patton wanted to begin this inning, walking the number 8 hitter. And again, if you're not used to thinking about National League ways, you walk the number 8 hitter, that gives that manager nothing to worry about with the pitcher coming up. He's going to have to sacrifice. That's just the way the lineup is set up.
That's it. No sign necessary. Knows his job. And that's it.
Rustin tonight has sacrificed 1 time. Also grounded to short. Adrian Beltre, the Ranger third baseman, sneaking down the line from third, not so subtly.
Might as well be waving, really.
Yeah.
Russin looking right at him, so you know he's coming.
And we'll remind you now, Russin, as he showed the first time up, will pull that bat back and have a swing at it. Kind of got caught in between there.
I think he's trying to trick AB, and that's not going to work.
EY, Eric, that's Cole down there. Sorry, EY's over on the other side of the diamond. Brandon Barnes getting a little lesson over there from Eric Young. Russin again squaring around. He's going to get the bunt down. It's back to the mound to second, and they do get the out there on the force. Nice play by Spencer Patton. Got his body in position as he was fielding the ball so he could come up and throw pretty much in one motion. Just moved his feet a little bit, got rid of the ball quickly.
Great play. He knows the area that he's supposed to cover. Beltre has the third base side. Patton has right in front of him and to the first base side. Jumps off that mound, steps and throws. That's what you have to do. Throws a strike to Elvis covering second base.
Well, that thwarts the sacrifice attempt. It puts Russin on the base paths now. Well, he's at first with 1 out. Charlie Blackmon, the number 1 hitter in the order, comes up. And he takes a tailing fastball for strike 1. Blackmon has walked, singled, and grounded out. 1 out of 2. He has scored twice and driven in a run. The pitch by Patton got in on his fists. 0-2. Blackmon, 291, and again, the power numbers not much like a leadoff man. 12 home runs, 42 RBI. Patton ahead of the count. No balls, 2 strikes. Fouled away.
I like what Patton's been doing. Came in throwing strikes, walked the first batter.
Yep.
But since then, he's gotten things, it looks like he's gotten them straightened out.
Well, and you look at Spencer Patton. Obviously, we didn't know much about him when he came over from Kansas City last year, but all the saves that he had accumulated at AAA say, hey, what's the deal with this guy? Well, he does come in and throw strikes, and he has a very good slider. May not be the overpowering kind of guy you would like to have as a closer, or the ideal, I guess, a prototype. But he just doesn't beat himself, and he's gotten his feet on the ground now with the Rangers. He got off to a little bit of a rocky start, but the more you see him, he kind of grows on you, what he can do, And there's a spot for him in a bullpen.
Yeah, he's definitely grown on me. He works quick, knows what he wants to do.
That's just low. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Pretty good complimentary pitches. A fairly hard slider and a good, looks like a tailing fastball. May have a little sink every now and then to it. Hit to center. That's hit pretty well. Chasing Delino to Shields back. And he runs it down right at the edge of the warning track. Back to first goes Russell. No substitute for speed either when you're on the base paths or in the outfield. And Delino just outran that ball. And a lot of room in the outfield here.
Delino's got a lot of room out there to cover. This ball's hit to his left. Goes back, keeps his eye on it, knows he's got a ton of room to make the play. Nice catch.
You know, think about it, we talk about the ball traveling a lot further here in the size of the outfield. But the thin air doesn't make you run faster, does it?
It does not.
It still takes you just as long to cover that ground, right?
It sure does. Take a little bit more wind out of you, though.
Yeah. DJ LeMahieu now. LeMahieu 1 out of 2 with a triple, a run scored. He's also walked. Patton with that slider misses off the outer edge. A ball and a strike. Spencer came over last year from Kansas City, the deal that sent Jason Frazier to the Royals. That was a trade deadline deal. Rip and a miss by LeMahieu. July 16th of last year is when that trade was consummated. Between Omaha and Round Rock last year, Patton threw up 18 saves. Ground ball right to fielder at first base, holding the runner on, and all Prince had to do was put out that big paw and take care of the ground ball. No runs, no hits, 1 left. We'll go to the 7th inning. It's the Rockies 7 and the Rangers 5. Didn't start off too well for the Rangers. Nolan Arenado with a 2-run double in the first inning. Part of a 3-run first, and then in the second, Troy Tulowitzki, a 2-run home run, a 4-run second inning. Well, the Rangers down 7 very quickly, but then bringing back Prince Fielder, the all-important 2-run ground out. He got 2 RBI on this play. It's Rougned Odor making it all the way from second as Ben Paulson forgot how many outs there were. No, Rangers have climbed back to within 2, and Boone Logan, the left-hander now, has come out of the bullpen to take over for the Rockies. And Logan, the veteran left-hander, San Antonio native. He is on now, 6'5", 215-pound left-hander, 31 years of age. Seen him with the White Sox, with the Atlanta Braves, with the New York Yankees. Colorado last year, he appeared in 35 ball games. So on here to face the top of the Ranger order. Delino DeShields showing bunt and bunted through it for strike one.
I like the idea of the last couple of innings. The leadoff guy, Elvis, in the 6th inning, and then DeShields in the 7th inning, trying to get on any way they can. Put a bunt down and use that speed.
Well, Delino has walked tonight. He's also struck out and flied to center field. High and tight. 1 ball and 1 strike. And the left-hander ready. Delino waiting. 1-2. Delino out thinking a little bit for what's going on. Facing Boone Logan, who basically is a fastball slider pitcher. They change speeds ever so slightly. There's the good hard breaking ball. 2 balls and 2 strikes now. Delino with the average of 267. Rangers in need of some base runners here in the 7th inning, trailing 7-5. Logan back to the plate. Right center field. Blackman ranging to his left. 1 gone. So Delino back to the Ranger dugout. That'll bring up Rougned Odor. Rougned got that 3-run 5th inning going when he had the RBI single to drive in the first run. Then he was on the tail end of that 2-run ground out with the bat of Prince Fielder. Really capped off that inning and gave the Rangers an opportunity to climb right back into this game. Two hopper to LeMahieu. Boy, a kangaroo hop, and he's able to stay with it. 2 gone. And Prince Fielder will bat with the bases empty.
Well, Rugi being aggressive there in that situation. Thought he got a pitch he can handle.
Prince Fielder has matched up with Boone Logan 8 other times. He's gone 3 for 8. Has a home run against the left-hander. One for 3 tonight, although he does have 3 RBI. So 57 for the year. Strike 1 on the slider. Rockies going to that big overshift. Three men on the right side of the diamond. Arenado, the third baseman, the only player left on the left side. He's playing in a shortstop hole. 1 ball and 1 strike. Prince, a .337 average. You can shift all day long. When you hit the ball that hard, it's not going to make much difference.
Might take somebody with him.
Prince Fielder, another multiple hit game. That is his 39th of the year, I believe. 39th.
Wow. That is a hitter. It's a fastball out over the middle of the plate. Look at that concentration. Look at those eyes, the head right on it.
So, Fielder's base hit. That is going to drive Boone Logan from the game. Walt Weiss out to take the ball from him. And we have a pitching change at Coors Field. We got 1 on and 2 out. Rangers trailing by a couple. We'll take a timeout. We're back right after this. World Cup, sponsored by Chevrolet, begin as Clint Dempsey and Team USA continue their quest for a second consecutive Gold Cup title. They take on Jamaica. Coverage begins at 4:30 on Fox Sports 1, streaming live on Fox Sports Go. "26-year-old Tommy can't make that 25-year-old Tommy Cantley. He won't be 26 till next month. Is on now, his 21st appearance of the year. Our throwing right-hander coming on to face Adrian Beltre with Prince Fielder at first base and 2 outs. Cantley, a Rule 5 draft from the New York Yankee organization by the Rockies. Pitched in 54 games last year in Colorado and ended up throwing 68 innings, went 2-1 with a 4.19 ERA. Cantley, a fastball changeup specialist. Adrian Beltre 1 for 3 tonight. He represents the tying run in this ball game for the Rangers. Outside for ball 1. Beltre's single came back in the 5th inning. That was his last at bat. Prince Fielder with the 2-out single has extended this 7th inning for the Rangers. Cantley, a belt high set. And misses high and away. Get that fastball up there at 98 miles an hour. Cantley last year in 68 innings had 63 strikeouts. Only gave up 51 hits. And he comes back in with an 88 mile an hour changeup.
See, that's not very good. A changeup at 88.
Yeah. However, he's behind in the count, 3 balls, no strikes. Rio pitch. Got the outside corner.
Not going to do much with that one at 99 on the
No.
corner.
Looked like it was moving away from Adrian a little bit too. Ganley, a New Yorker by birth. The 3-1 pitch. Down the right side and slicing back into the crowd. The count is full. So with 2 outs now, Prince Fielder will have a free run at second base with the next Canley offering. Beltre trying to get aboard. Josh Hamilton is going to follow. Prince having Hector Ortiz check out his eyeball. He got something in it. It's not out of the realm of possibility that dry weather up here can dry your eyes out while you're out there.
Yeah, it can. I'm not sure if Prince wears contacts or not. I don't think he does.
That would play havoc with you, I would think. Prince on the move, the 3-2 pitch. Come back and try it again. Adrian almost coming unglued on that one. Left thumb. You've seen Adrian take a little walk around like that before to let that thumb stop barking at him. He would get back in and hit a rope somewhere. Ganley ready. Again, Fielder set to go. 3-2 pitch. Line to right. A base hit. And that is going to go to the wall. It plugs the gap. Fielder being waved around third. Beltre into second. An RBI double. It's now a 7-6. Rockies lead. Adrian Beltre lacing a ball through the gap, driving home Fielder.
Tell you what, that's called laying in the weeds, waiting for something. His thumb's not feeling well, takes a little extra time in between pitches, gets a fastball right there and drills it. This is what we talked about earlier, Buzz. A ball will get to the gap here a lot easier than most places. Pitch down in the zone, right down the middle of the plate. AB is right on it. Ganley supplied the power on that one. But watch this ball just scoop. 2 or 3 hops and it's there. It's to the wall.
Oh, now the tying run out at second. Josh Hamilton at the plate. Strike 1. Hamilton has grounded out twice and struck out tonight. 0 for 3. Currently hitting at 246. He's got Beltre at second. A 1-run ball game. Rangers have come back and scored the last 6 runs in this game. Broken bat, grounder to second. LeMahieu. That'll do it. The Rangers, though, get a run closer. They get a run on 2 hits and leave 1. Adrian Beltre gets the RBI double. Bottom of the 7th coming up. 7-6. Rockies. true HD on over 400 mobile and connected devices with MLB.TV Premium. Real-time highlights, live look-ins, pitch tracking widget, and more. Every night on every device. Blackout and other restrictions apply. Visit MLB.TV for details. Bottom of the 7th inning, Spencer Patton back out to the hill. He will face Tulowitzki, Gonzalez, and Arenado. In the bottom of the 7th, Rangers have cut the lead down to 7-6. Rockies put 3 on the board in the first, 4 in the second. Rangers, however, 2 in the third, 3 in the fifth, and 1 more in the 7th. They have made this a 1-run contest. Tulowitzki, he is 1 out of 2 tonight. He was hit by a pitch last time up. 2-run home run and a pop out to third. Spencer Patton back with a 1-1 pitch. A ball and 2 strikes. Spencer Patton came into the ball game last inning, walked the leadoff man, Brandon Barnes, but then they did a very nice job of getting 3 consecutive outs. And back out here for the bottom of the 7th, looking for a quick inning also. 1-2 pitch.
This is the tough part of the lineup for Spencer Patton to navigate through. But I think he's got the stuff and the understanding to do it. He's moving the ball around, using both sides of the plate, going up in the zone.
That's foul back. Yeah, watching Tulowitzki, I'm not sure. I'd have to go back and look at stuff from last year. It looks like he's much more of a low ball hitter now than he was last year. At least he's having a little less of a good swing at a high pitch tonight than I've seen him in the past.
Yeah, he's been missing the high pitch, fouling it off. I think Spencer's trying to get him to swing and miss right now with that high fastball. But no, he hasn't had much success tonight swinging at that anything high in the zone.
Patton back with a 2-2. Got him swinging. You throw it down out there, and you're going to get a lot of folks out.
Nice job.
First strikeout for Patton, 1 away.
Lee setting up, and that ball ran a little bit out over the plate, but you know what's effective about it is that Spencer's using both sides of the plate. So Tulo has no idea where he's going to throw the ball. He's gone up in the zone with a fastball, used a breaking ball for strike 1. So nice job by Patton.
Well, Patton goes an inning and a third. Does a very fine job, a walk and a strikeout, no base hits, and he will give way to left-hander Sam Freeman making his way in from the Ranger bullpen. Freeman has to face Carlos Gonzalez here in the 7th inning. 7-6, the Rockies are leading. We'll take a timeout for this pitching change. We'll be back right after this. through the 15th, and benefiting the Texas Rangers Baseball Foundation's RBI programs in North Texas to help drop off new or gently used baseball and softball equipment at various North Texas locations. Visit TexasRangers.com/equipment for more information. Well, Spencer Patton, an outstanding job tonight, inning in the third and no damage whatsoever. Gives way to 27-year-old left-hander Sam Freeman. 31st ball game of the year for Sam, the Carrollton product, Hebron High School. And, Carlos Gonzalez going after that first pitch with a vengeance, comes up empty. Sam ramping that fastball up a little bit. Sam worked in 2 of the 3 games. Worked Friday and Saturday night down in Houston. Inning in a third, a walk and a strikeout total. 0-1 pitch. Nothing in 2.
Popped it up a little bit more. 95 on the first one, 96 on that one. You know, this is what I like about Freeman. He comes in throwing hard. He's got a little attitude to him. He's like, hey, here it is. Let's see if you can hit it.
Yep. Here's what I brought with me tonight. What do you got? The 0-2 pitch is on the way. In 97. If he goes about 4 or 5 more pitches, we're going to see 104, 105 on him.
Let's not get up there. Let's finish him off and get out of here.
The next coming of Aroldis Chapman. Sam, a belt high set, and the 1-2 pitch. High down the left field line, slicing and going back into the seats. Ryan Rua over there to take a look. We will try the 1-2 pitch again.
95, 96, 97, and 97.
He's hit a wall, huh?
Yeah, I think so. So I think it's probably time for a breaking ball right now.
Oh.
Nice sweeping one.
Sammy had second thoughts about something, and maybe he was thinking about that too.
Yeah, I don't think he liked the location Talese went to.
Another 1-2 pitch. Breaking ball. See you later. Nice call, Mac.
Thank you.
You ever think about being a catcher?
No.
No.
Never.
Before Nolan Arenado comes up, let's send it back to Dana Larson. A Mazda game break. All right, Dana, thank you. I think the Angels qualify as hot right now.
Scorching.
Yeah. Arenado 1 for 3. And he skies one to center field. Is playable. The liner to Shields over to his left, makes the catch, and Sam Freeman disposes of Gonzalez and Arenado very quickly. The Rockies gone in order. We're going to the 8th inning. Rangers trail by 1. Good folks at T-Mobile make all this possible, and this comes to us from Harold. That's a great picture. Thanks very much for sending that along. And you folks want to tweet your photos, just use hashtag Southwest Data StrongFan, and your photo might be up on one of our broadcasts in the very near future. Again, it's all brought to you by the good folks at T-Mobile. There's the, looks like the Hawaiian shirt that Fox Sports Southwest teamed up with the Rangers to give away. It is.
It is.
All kinds of Ranger fans have made the trip into Denver to check out the ball club here at Coors Field. They're everywhere. Everywhere. Well, as we go to the eighth inning, the ageless one, LaTroy Hawkins, is on now. And Hawkins, after a brief stint on the disabled list, has appeared in 22 ball games. This will be his 23rd. And LaTroy said at the beginning of this year, this is going to be the last campaign for him. He's 42 years of age now. He has been a big leaguer since back in 1995 when he came up with the Minnesota Twins.
His 30th year in the big leagues. Been around an awfully long time and very effective over the years.
And dealing to Elvis Andrus. Deals ball one. Elvis 1 for 3. Singled back in the second inning. Since then has grounded out a couple times. It's a ground ball to Tulowitzki. That one almost got off the tip of Tulowitzki's glove. Looked like he kind of double clutched at it. Elvis retired, one away. And Ryan Rua taken back to the dugout. Shin-Soo Choo has grabbed the bat, and he will come up.
But as you talk about, you talk about a bum rush. I'm not sure if you saw LaTroy on that. He was coming up into a stretch, but never stopped. He just picked that leg up and kept right on going. Most hitters pick that up, and it can, anything to throw you off a little bit.
Sure. So Shin-Soo Choo, a pinch hitter here for Ryan Rua. Rua went 1 for 3. The pitch in and over from Hawkins. Choo, 227 for the year, 11 home runs, 39 driven in. Hawkins still can tune it up there. That's pretty good 94-mile-an-hour fastball.
Wow.
Choo 0 for 1 this year in pinch hitting roles. Hawkins with that high set. And misses low and away. Shin-Soo, 2 out of 2 on the road trip. Here are the numbers for his career. A 280 career average coming off the bench. Got him swinging. Hawkins tied him up with a 94-mile-an-hour fastball. 2 gone. Tomas Telis is coming up. Telis has been on all 3 times tonight. 2 singles, and he reached on an error here in the 6th inning. He has scored a run. He has driven in a run. That season average now for Tomas, 400. And he takes strike 1 from Hawkins. Daly's the switch hitter up there from the left side. And looking into the on-deck circle, how about having Mitch Moreland come off the bench for you as a pinch hitter? LeMahieu charging, gloves it, and throws out Telis. 3 up, 3 down. Hawkins, perfect 8th inning. 7.5 in the books. It remains the Rockies 7 and the Rangers 6.
They also need to be prepared for tomorrow's game when the history continues for Matt Harrison. Harrison will make his second start since spinal fusion surgery in Game 2 of this series against the Colorado Rockies. There you see Harry against Arenado and the rest of the Rockies tomorrow. And AT&T Uverse reminds you to check it out. 7:30 for the game time, 7 o'clock for Rangers Live as Matt Harrison makes his second start in the last 14 months, guys.
All right, John, thank you. Yeah, I know Matt's looking forward to this. The Rangers are looking forward to seeing him get back to full speed. And they have seen Sam Freeman tonight get to full speed pretty quickly. Sam came on and got a strikeout and a fly ball very quickly to end the 7th, so he's back out there to start the 8th. Ben Paulson, the left-handed hitting first baseman, will be the first to lead off. Shin-Soo Choo, who pinch hit for Ryan Ruiz, stays in the ballgame, takes over in right field with Josh Hamilton moving from right over to left. Paulson takes ball 1. Paulson 1 for 3 tonight, had an RBI single in the first inning. Rockies 7 runs on 7 hits. They have not had a hit since the second inning. Rangers staff, particularly the bullpen, really has done a whale of a job coming in here to keep this manageable, give the Rangers offense an opportunity to catch up, and the offense has obliged. They've gotten to within 1 run now, and if Freeman and company can keep the Rockies off the board here in the 8th, give the Rangers a shot in the 9th inning. Pitch inside, our AT&T Uverse. Ben Paulson at first, one of the critical plays in the ballgame. He thought that was the 3rd out. And instead, Rougned Odor just came around 3rd and kept on going. That was only the 2nd out of the 5th inning for the Rangers. It turned into a big play and got the Rangers another run. That was a 2 RBI ground out for Prince Fielder.
That was great. That was a huge play for the Rangers. It got them right back in it. Instead of it being 7-4, it was 7-5. Gave him a little bit of life.
Now Sam Freeman issues the walk to Ben Paulson to start off the 8th inning. That's not what Sam had in mind, that left-hander lead things off. Well, the Rangers' upcoming schedule brought to you by Progressive. 2 more games here in Colorado after tonight. Tomorrow night, Wednesday afternoon, then an off day Thursday. And then the Rangers go into Anaheim to take on the red-hot Los Angeles Angels Friday, Saturday, and Sunday before coming back home to end the month of July. The Yankees, the Giants, and the Astros on that homestand. Nick Hundley 0 for 3 tonight. He's hitting at an even 300. Hundley has grounded out to shortstop a couple of times and fly deep to right field. Freeman going to make sure that Ben Paulson doesn't take any liberties over there at first base. Freeman set the 1-0 pitch. Hundley showing the inclination to bunt, and Sam hasn't been able to throw a strike. Tanner Shepard's roosting out in the left center field bullpen, for the right center field bullpen for the Rangers. Daly's out there to say something to Sam Freeman, give him an opportunity to catch his breath. Rougned Odor also in to encourage the left-hander. 2 balls, no strikes. Hundley back in, and Freeman ready to work. Here's a strike. 2-1.
Freeman looked like he took a little bit off right there just to get a strike. Down at 93, 94 the pitch before.
Again, Hundley around to bunt. And he takes strike 2. If you're going to take something off to get a strike, you better make sure that the guy is either bunting or is taking. If he decides to swing and you've thrown a get-ahead fastball, it'll get you out of a jam in a hurry. He's cleaning off the bases for you.
Not in a good way.
No. Sam Freeman has come back to even the count now, 2-2. Sam was signed out of the University of Kansas. Had a lot of time in the St. Louis bullpen. And that one just a little bit inside. So 3-2. See if Walt Weiss turns Ben Paulson loose.
See this pitch right at the bottom of the zone. I think Taylor's kind of just took it down out of the zone and cost him a strikeout right there.
Payoff pitch. Runner on the move, and the pitch is skied to center field. Way up into the night sky. Lionel DeShields make the catch, and Paulson back to first. One gone. Brandon Barnes now coming up. Yeah, there's the popular statistic now of what they call framing pitches, getting pitches called for. Well, and part of that is true, but that was a case where Taylor's catching the ball like that, batting down as he caught it, probably takes a strike away.
Right.
The idea is to catch the ball and stick your glove right there so the umpire has a good look at it. The idea that you can get pitches that are not strikes called strikes, that to me, that's a little bit demeaning to umpires.
Yeah, I think so. There's an art to it.
Yeah.
You can help make it look like a strike, but whether that umpire is going to call it a strike, number one, I think is going to depend on who's pitching.
Sure.
And who's catching. If that catcher is known for being a good catcher, and that takes time. It's not going to be a first or second year guy. It's going to take time for that catcher to develop those skills and be considered, a top flight catcher.
Well, and I think you've seen the guys that catch the ball and bring the glove in toward the strike zone a little bit. Umpires are not going to call that as often as they will if you just stick the glove right there and catch the ball.
You can stick it and turn it a little bit.
Came
up, Bob Boone was one of the best catchers in the game, and I watched him do it for years. He'd just get it there. He'd make his body. Boone's 6'2", 6'3", maybe. He'd get down in a little ball, and to this day I don't know how he did it, but made himself very, very small. In those borderline pitches, he'd just stick that glove there and just turn it a little bit. Not yank it in. He would just turn it.
Right.
So there's definitely an art to it.
And he also had the ability, if I remember right, to catch the ball in the proper part of the glove to where he'd catch the ball, no matter where the ball was, there'd be more glove in the strike zone.
Right.
That the umpire would see. You'd catch it in the heel of the glove, or you catch it out in the fingertips.
Yeah, that's that little turn that he would do. It was amazing.
There's a strikeout of Barnes as Sam Freeman heats him up a bit. Barnes couldn't catch up. That is out number 2. Second strikeout for Sam Freeman.
Sam going up in the zone with that fastball. Started off with 6 straight balls, and looks like he's pulled it together.
Now he's going to face a pinch hitter. Michael McHenry is going to come out. He's a backup catcher for the Rockies, and Mike Maddox out very quickly to the mound. They'll go over the scouting report on McHenry to make sure that everybody remembers what they talked about. McHenry coming off the bench as the pinch hitter. 1 on and 2 outs here in the 8th inning. First pitch to McHenry is a little bit low for ball 1. McHenry, as you saw, a .216 average. John Axford, the closer for the Rockies, getting ready in the bullpen for Colorado. That's closer for the Rockies is not a full-time position. It's the way The way they've struggled, especially on the road. Wondering when they're going to get to the closer.
See how Talise catches that ball and the glove continues to go down. You got to be able to catch it, and like Buzz was saying, make it stick, and that means don't move that glove. It's not an easy thing to do. A lot easier said than done, but it comes with experience. You figure out, you learn how to do it. I think with the instruction that he's going to get, from Hector Ortiz and of course, Pudge Rodriguez, he'll learn how to do that. See the pitch there? Yeah, it's right there in the strike zone, but catching it and running it down takes it out of the zone and makes it look like it's a ball.
The pitch is a little bit outside, not much, but enough to be ball 3. 3-1 now, the count to McHenry.
This is the guy you really want to get here. 3-1 count.
He lost him inside, ball 4. And he'll now have to deal with Charlie Blackmon. It will be left-hander against left-hander, but Charlie Blackmon a little more accomplished of a hitter than Mike McHenry was. But 2 walks in the inning and put runners at first and second with 2 away. And Blackmon is 1 for 3 tonight. Will step in. Elvis going to go in and say something to Sam Freeman. First time this year that Sam Freeman has had 2 walks in an outing. Working on an inning and a third against Blackmon, inning and 2/3. Blackmon walked back in the first, scored a run. Singled in the second, drove in a run and scored a run. And Paulson at second, McHenry at first. Ball 1 is down and away. Outfield shading Blackmon slightly around to the left, at least Delano DeShields and Josh Hamilton shaded that way. Straight away and right, Shin-Soo Choo, and that leaves a gaping hole out there in right center field. And the pitch, a breaking ball that hangs high and inside, 2-0. No, not much you can do about it now if you're Sam Freeman, but what you don't want to do is give Blackmon a pitch that he can extend on and pull to the hole in right center field. That would be a fastball middle in. Two and 1.
A little help from Blackmon there. This was probably down, probably going to be a ball.
Rockies, you mentioned, extremely good with runners in scoring position. 295. They're 4 for 5 tonight. And Blackmon's up there with Ben Paulson at second base. Walt Weiss's club looking for some insurance here in the 8th inning. They lead 7-6. Sam Freeman trying to cancel that insurance policy. Just inside, 3-1. Sam now in danger of loading the bases. DJ LeMahieu, the right-handed hitting second baseman, will be next. 3-1 pitch. Inside, almost hit it. And I would imagine that that's going to do it for Sam Freeman. It is, as Jeff Madison's coming out. They're going to make a double switch. Rangers where they are in the order. The pitcher spot is due up to start the inning. So what we're going to have, Leonis Martin is going to come into the ball game. Tanner Shepers will be coming in from the bullpen. So Shepers will take over. We'll get this straightened out for you. And we'll let you know. We're going to take a timeout during this pitching change. We are back to Coors Field right after this on Fox Sports Southwest. Double switch brings in Tanner Shepard to the mound, and Leonis Martin has taken his place in center field. The outfield reshuffled once again. But Tanner Shepard, the man on the mound right now, his 33rd appearance of the year. Tanner 3-0 with a 445. The league is hitting .212 against him. Last time we saw Tanner was Saturday down in Houston. Worked the third of an inning, gave up a couple of runs. DJ LeMahieu takes the first pitch high and tight for ball one. LeMahieu is 1 for 3 tonight. He has walked and tripled. Drove in a run, scored a run. He has the bases full, all of them aboard via the walk, with Paulson at third, McHenry at second, and Blackman at first. And Shepard deals a strike. The outfield now with Delino Shields moving over to left field. Leonis Martin coming into the ball game to take over in center, and moving from left back to right is Josh Hamilton. One ball, one strike. Shepard to the plate. Out of play. 1-2. And if you happen to be keeping score with us tonight, Shepard hits in the 7th place in the Ranger order. That was previously occupied by Shin-Soo Choo, and Leonis Martin will lead off the top of the 9th inning. He's hitting in the pitcher's spot. And now Taylor is going to go out and have a chat with Tanner Shepard just to make sure they're on the same page. Didn't take long to get that squared away. A ball and 2 strikes. Bottom of the 8th inning, Rangers trailing by 1, and Shepard's trying to keep it there. And LeMahieu again shoots it foul. LeMahieu likes to take the ball the other way, likes to hit it to right center. So it makes him kind of a dangerous guy. If you throw a breaking ball to, you've really got to get it away from you. It can't be in the strike zone for it to be effective. Shepard's back to him. High and tight. 2-2. Tanner, the 28-year-old from Southern California. And to get himself back to the place he was pitching-wise a couple of years ago, when he was one of the premier 8th inning men in baseball. A high set and the 2-2. Just missed down and away. Mayhew eyeballing it. I think he didn't swing because he couldn't hit it. Pretty good looking pitch.
Considering that pitch before was up and in a little bit, I'm sure he didn't want to reach out over that plate at all.
Well, the count has gone full with 2 outs now. The merry-go-round will wind up. All 3 runners will be off and moving. Shepard's ready. The payoff pitch is on the way. Fly ball to right field. Hamilton has it measured. And Shepard's able to run the string out and get the out. Well, the Rockies strand 3. We're going to the 9th. Rockies 7, Rangers 6. Ninth inning, and the Rangers are trailing by 1. Leonis Martin will start things off, and the closer, John Axford, has come on to take over for the Colorado Rockies. Axford, 16 out of 17 in save opportunities this year, and Axford, the veteran, 32-year-old right-hander, has moved around in his career. He originally came up with Milwaukee back in 2009. And he's had as many as 46 saves. He was the full-time closer in Milwaukee for 3 years. Moved on to St. Louis, spent some time in Cleveland, last year with Pittsburgh. And now closing games out with the Colorado Rockies. He will deal to Leonis Martin to start things off. Martin hitting the 9th spot in the order. He'll take the Rangers back to the top. Delano DeShields and Rougned Odor to follow.
This is a good spot for the Rangers. Got 3 guys in a row that can run, handle the bat pretty good, and then the big boys right behind them.
Got a lot of options offensively. Need to get Leonis on base to set up a lot of those options. Martin hitting at .219, and he looks at ball 1. Leonis just 0 for 4 on this trip. He's played defensively in the last couple of ball games. Hasn't had an at-bat. He has an important one here leading off the 9th inning. Axford misses outside. 2 balls, no strikes. Leonis just 2 for his last 17 times to the plate. He's seen his batting average go from .255 down to his current .219 in a span of 25 ball games. 2-0 pitch. And that is high. 3 balls and no strikes. Well, Leonis may not have to swing the bat to get aboard.
Hopefully not.
Axford showing the desire to walk him, apparently, and that's not going to make Walt Weiss, the Rockies skipper, too happy.
You know, this is a situation he's thrown 3 balls in a row. You're leading off the inning. Make him throw as many pitches as possible. With strike 1. Wouldn't be opposed to seeing him take another pitch.
Yep. We'll see if a 2 for 17 has made Leonis a little anxious. 3-1 the count. And ball 4. Leadoff walk puts the tying run aboard for the Rangers. Axford and Walt Weiss, well, I'm not going to say he's beside himself, but he's not a happy camper right about now.
Not happy at all. Definitely got a bunt situation coming up here. But more than anything else, that means Prince Fielder has an opportunity to get to the plate.
Yep. Delino to Shields 0 for 3 with a walk tonight. A couple of flyouts and a strikeout. Martin, of course, with excellent speed at first. A bunt is shown and a strike is taken. Axford still with a very lively arm, as you saw, 97 miles an hour on that low heater. Martin stepping his lead off at first. Axford sets. Martin a half step further this time. And another strike. As Delino taking 2 of them down there. 0-2 now.
Tough pitches to get the bunt down, but as a bunter, what you do in the bunt situation, a sacrifice bunt, you move a little bit closer to the plate and up in the box. You move up in the box, so if you get it down, you have more fair territory to get that, let that ball land in, and you want to be able to reach that outside pitch. That's why you move up on the plate.
1-2 now. Delino with a .265 average. Hitting with Leonis Martin at first. Nobody out here in the top of the 9th inning. Rangers trying to claw back from a 7-0 deficit after 2 innings. Weakly hit to the right side. That is going to get Martin to second and safe at first, as Delino able to outrun the throw from LeMahieu.
Wow.
Delino not taking anything for granted on that play. He was busting it right out of the box. And we'll see now if Walt Weiss gets the word to take a look at it. And they are going to review this play.
Delino made that play really, really close. You had LeMahieu thought about going to second base to get Martin, and just that little bit of a hesitation cost him time going to first base. Now you see the Shields pretty much, swinging while he's running. Gets it, and that little hesitation right there. Delino's getting down that line. Made it very, very close.
Now the crew chief, Tom Hallion, was the one that ruled safe on the field. And that will be reviewed. Looked like on the replay that he got the call right.
Yeah, it does look like that.
Well, I didn't think to the naked eye.
Wow, I don't think it can get any closer than that.
I don't either. And with that, with the call being on the field being safe now, there has to be clear and convincing evidence to the folks back at the replay center in New York that the call was wrong. To overturn it, that is the definition they go by: clear and convincing evidence, video evidence. Ball has to impact the back of the glove. I don't know that that's clear and convincing. Boy, it does not get any closer than that.
It's a good thing those replay guys are not in-house.
And out at first is the call. Oh, the umpire reviewing this play back at Replay Command Center in New York felt there was clear and convincing evidence. He probably had a view that we didn't have here, or that they didn't have in the building.
Well, the good thing about all of that is DeShields got the job done. He got Martin down to second base, got him into scoring position, and that was really the whole point of it. Yes, it would have been great to have both of them on and nobody out.
Well, in any event, the Rangers do get the tying run into scoring position. Rougned Odor is the hitter. And now, barring a line drive double play, Prince Fielder will get the chance to hit in this inning. But first, Rougned, he pops up the first pitch. Foul territory, and Hundley right there to make the grab for out number 2. Now the question is, will Fielder get a chance to swing the bat?
I don't think so.
I don't either.
That's a guy you just let walk to first base, just drop your bat and go for the right-hander.
Odor, maybe a little over anxious. Went after a pitch that was up a bit.
Yeah, I think, he just might be caught up in the moment a little bit. In a situation like this, you want to make Axford throw, throw a little bit. If you're going to swing at the first pitch, it needs to be teed up right there down the middle, out over the plate.
Well, the strategy session out on the mound, deciding what they want to do with Fielder. Tulowitzki having some input. Nick Hundley out there. Meanwhile, Prince Fielder waiting, and I think Prince is probably feeling right now he's got a pretty good idea what's going to happen.
Oh, yeah. They're actually probably talking about how they're going to pitch to Beltre.
Well, Walt Weiss, the slow walk back to the dugout after all the discussions have ended. And Hundley and Axford still want to talk about it.
It's kind of strange. The umpire's supposed to go out there and break things up, and he's standing there listening.
Maybe he's interested. Trying to pick stuff up for the winter so he can teach it. Now Hundley is going to get down behind home plate. They're going to ostensibly pitch to Prince Fielder. I would be extremely surprised if Prince got a very good pitch to hit. Breaking ball from Axford outside, ball 1. They were teammates, John Axford and Prince Fielder, in Milwaukee. So they are not unfamiliar by any means with each other. Which to me is even more surprised that they wouldn't go ahead and put him on. I was sitting around watching Prince Fielder hit for Milwaukee the way Axford did. 1-0 pitch. 2 balls and no strikes.
I think this is going to be an intentional, unintentional walk. Here we go.
It's intentional now. Couldn't get Prince to offer it anything close to the strike zone. So this for Prince Fielder will be his 10th intentional pass of the year. He came in 4th in the American League in that category. And it will be a John Axford, Adrian Beltre matchup. Beltre tonight is 2 for 4, and he has had hits each of his last 2 times up. Had an RBI double last time up. Had a single to center field in the 5th inning. Well, Beltre stepping in. Leonis Martin at second is the tying run. The go-ahead run at first in the person of Prince Fielder. Adrian Beltre 0 for 1 in previous matchups against John Axford. A .259 average for the Ranger third baseman. And the first pitch in for strike 1. Like a little cutter or slider from Axford. Hundley flashing the signs out. Axford a check of second. The 0-1 pitch. Beltre to left. It's down and hit into the corner. Around third comes Martin. He will score. Beltre with the RBI double ties the game at 7. Fielder stops at third. Beltre at second.
Wow, professional hitting at its finest.
Adrian Beltre, his second consecutive RBI double, has tied this game and completed the comeback by the Rangers. They were down 7-0 after 2 innings, and they have scored the last 7 runs to tie this game, and now they have the go-ahead run at third for Josh Hamilton. Big breaking ball and no swing. It is ball 1. Hamilton 0 for 4 tonight. 3 groundouts and a strikeout. He's got Fielder at third, Beltre at second. Well, the Rangers now 7 runs on 10 hits tonight. Axford ready. The 1-0 pitch. Left center field. Moving to his left is Barnes. Makes the catch, and that'll do it. The Rangers can't take the lead, but they do tie it. They get a run on 1 hit and strand 2. We're going to the bottom of the 9th. Rangers 7, Rockies 7. Again, Adrian Beltre. Oh, what an at-bat, what an influence he is.
What a shocker. Takes a first slider down and away. Just wants to get that arm slot from John Axford. And the next pitch, fastball, middle part of the plate. And just crushes this fastball down the line to tie the ball game up. Great professional at bat. The moment wasn't too big for him. Slowed everything down, knew exactly what he wanted to do, and was able to get it done.
Well, the Rangers coming all the way back to tie this ball game with 1 in the top of the 9th. Now Tanner Scheppers goes to Tulowitzki, who gets fisted but loops it into center field. And the Rockies come back and put the winning run aboard after a leadoff single from Tulowitzki, his second hit of the night. And that is the Rockies' first hit since the second inning.
Bullpen's come in tonight and done an outstanding job. Bass didn't give up anything. Patton, Freeman, Scheppers.
And Mac, you mentioned one guy we don't want to forget, though, was Nick Martinez. After the rough first 2 innings, he settled things down. You mentioned not giving up and calming things down, giving the offense a chance. They've come back, but Nick Martinez did it for a couple of innings also.
Yeah, he did that. He started it off. And, in this ballpark, you're going to score a ton of runs. Both teams are. So it typically ends up being who's going to outslug the other team.
Carlos Gonzalez, a little looping foul ball. Beltre. You won't see Adrian move any faster than that.
That's about it.
Oh,
yeah. That was full tilt.
That was pretty good, too. He's excited. Trying to get everything that's within earshot. 0-1 the count to Carlos Gonzalez. Gonzalez tonight 1 for 4. Single came back in the first inning. Got Tulowitzki at first, nobody out. Bottom of the 9th inning. Tanner Scheppers. Shallow center field. Coming on quickly as Martin. It drops. Couple of softly hit singles to open up the bottom of the 9th inning. 2 aboard, nobody out. Arenado is coming up. Mike Maddox going to head out to the mound. Just to give Tanner Scheppers a little bit of a breather. Mac, you had mentioned earlier about in this ballpark, especially late in the ballgame like this, the outfield tends to play deep anyway.
Yeah, you've got to play deep in this ballpark because the ballpark carries. And you've got to be back there, especially with the guys that are coming up right now. Tulowitzki, home run hitter. Arenado, home run hitter. Gonzalez the same way. And then you also throw in the fact that it's a tie ball game late. You're in no doubles mode, meaning you have to back up a little bit deeper. You don't want anything over your head. If it's going to be hit over your head, that means it's going out of the ballpark.
Well, Tanner Scheppers now going to have his hands full. We're going to have a pinch runner for Troy Tulowitzki. Drew Stubbs, backup outfielder with great speed, coming in as a pinch runner. So he is carrying the winning run now at second base with nobody out. Drew Stubbs is the pinch runner. And one of the best in the business with runners in scoring position, Nolan Arenado, will step to the plate. Arenado already a double in this situation. He is 1 for 2 with runners in scoring position tonight. He came in with 34 hits with runners in scoring position. Now 35 hits. That is the second highest mark in the major leagues. And he takes strike 1. Batting average in these situations, .415, which has gone up a few points. Tanner Scheppers trying to dull this rally. The 0-1 pitch. To left field, glider to Shields, able to get over there and make the catch. That is a very big out, number 1. Arenado taken care of. Now Ben Paulson will come up.
Ball ran in on Arenado. So Scheppers is definitely getting some movement. And none of the balls that have been hit this inning have been hit very hard. You see Talise set up on the inside part of the plate, and that ball just ran in. Cut Arenado off. Great pitch.
The 1 big out. Still first and second. Ben Paulson 1 for 3 tonight. Paulson an RBI base hit in the first inning. Last time up in the 8th through a leadoff walk. Season average of .285, now 20 RBI. Scheppers a couple of looks back at Stubbs. And the pitch fouled away by Paulson. 1-1. Paulson, one of the few in this Rocky club that has not excelled in these situations. Just a .216 average with runners in scoring position. 2 balls and a strike. Stubbs, the pinch runner at second. Carlos Gonzalez at first. Gonzalez trying to get as big a lead as possible to break up a potential double play. Good fastball. Paulson swinging through it. It's 2-2. Now with 1 out, Ranger outfield has come in to a point where they feel that they can make a play on a ball at home plate. Ball was hit to him, they can make the throw. Left center field, this is going to do it. Paulson plugs the gap, Stubbs rounds third. Eagles score and the Rockies walk off as Ben Paulson has his second run-scoring base hit of the night, and the Rockies win it 8-7. Tough one for the Rangers to lose after coming back from 7 runs down after 2 innings to tie the ball game in the top of the 9th inning, and then to have the Rockies walk it off with a 1-out RBI single by Ben Paulson, scoring the winning run from second base.
You know, of the inning, that was the only ball that was hit hard. Shepard was able to get, in on Tulo and away off Gonzalez, and they blooped a couple in. Got Arenado to hit a weak fly ball to left field. But Paulson drilled this one into the gap. Nobody there for that one.
Well, Ben Paulson with a couple of RBI, the last one being the most important for the Rockies tonight as they walk off with an 8-7 win over the Rangers. And Tanner Shepard. Well, what can you say for Tanner? That's a tough one to handle. A couple of softly hit balls and one more that wasn't so softly hit. 8-7 the final. We'll be back to wrap things up from Coors Field right after this.